気がつくそう戻る道さえも焼き尽くしたさ支配という安息に溺れたまま時もさぶるより革命よこぜ誇り高き裏切り者にはレクイエムを
羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って目指したのは青い青いあの空悲しみはまだ覚えられず切なさは今掴み始めたあなたへ飛びだこの感情も今言葉に変わってく未知なる世界の夢から目覚めてこの羽を広げ飛び立つ羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って目指した白いあの雲突き抜けたら
Big up Liquid Richard. Don't come in here and ask me how my day is and shit like that. I don't care about that. I cry because it hurts my fucking feelings, dude. Like my stomach hurts. Hey, this is my job, man. This is how I put food on the table. Real talk. Sleep all goddamn day, every day. Play the same fucking games over and over and over again every day. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. I'm a fat dude. Throwing controllers to a beat. I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. I'm a fat dude. I'm a fat dude. What fucking excuses did I make? I'm not fucking afraid. People ask me about my weight. Waking up every day. I can see myself right now choking fucking Scumpy. Grumpy because I need to get subscribers, dude. I'm grumpy because I need to get subscribers, dude. Insulting my gaming skills is a permaban. You come in here and you troll again. Sleep all goddamn day, every day. Play the same fucking games over and over and over again every day. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. Motherfuckers come in here every day of their fucking life. Every day of their fucking life. Motherfuckers come in here. Motherfuckers come in here. Come on! I feel like shit. Nobody's ever gonna fucking love me. Gonna fucking love me. I feel like shit. Nobody's ever gonna fucking love me. Gonna fucking love me. Dude, I spend my entire life sitting in this fucking room.
Crichton Morris
insulting my gaming
says,
skills.
WTF is this kid's
you
pop
come in
music?
here and you troll again. Sleep all goddamn day, every day. Play the same fucking games over and over and over again every day. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. My day is shit. Big up Liquid Richard.
to the top now.
I had to time out Triton. He disparaged a Liquid Richard song.
Oh dear.
Yes, had to time him out.
Shame that.
Shame that after he timed out Worf because he said the song is a bop. Terrible, all terrible. Double dose of bumtastic bums, absolutely.
I hope people didn't ask about the Seth stuff. We can talk about it afterwards, but that's way too much to just.
I love the niche and small anime called Dragon Ball. How long ago was the My Hero video? Because it was definitely not underrated. It's 3 years ago. There's a reason we picked it though. What could this person possibly be talking about with My Hero? It's not underrated. It's okay at best. Even back then,
Yeah,
I said it was under. I mean,
It was
overrated.
quite rated.
It was appropriately rated. Man vids for this stream. We don't know that yet. Yes, more Dragon Ball bashing. Yeah, it's been a long time. We need more Dragon Ball. Most eventful weekend in a long time. Oof. Watch the Keemstar stream on Seth today. Boy, that was long.
It was a chunky one. It was a chunky one.
My Hero Academia was widely popular with the release of this video. After Mob Psycho 100, do you think Mark do Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia? He's going to do Demon Slayer. I already said that.
Cyberman Worf says, I am free.
Freedom.
But I don't know, because back then, Peanut, because Peanut's not a big anime person, but Peanut was the one that was just like, yo, My Hero.
Yeah.
It was quite popular. I don't know what the underrated is coming from.
Maybe in the terms of dissecting it and analyzing it for the themes of it as opposed to just liking the characters or whatever. Especially since the manga. Oh, no, that was me. Oh, yeah,
There should definitely be a way to untime.
I do. I would love to do it, but it's just no thing way. My Hero Academia is extremely underrated. It's not like it makes millions on merchant sales. Oh, wait.
Give Worf some points for that false strike.
Yeah, you got it. How is My Hero Academia underrated? It's super popular unless something like it deserves even more attention. It does not.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't wait to hear the arguments for this because
it's not a good series. Anime Freak, just watching the stream and chatting, that gives you points. If you're a channel member, you get more points. You literally have to do almost nothing to get points.
Do they know who that My Hero video is by?
Yes, some people do.
Okay.
Why not the arc that broke My Hero Academia? Because I want to see the dichotomy of him blowing it to who he is now. My Hero Academia definitely not underrated, but let's see the video. Yeah, then it's just a lot of gambling. I'm just thanks for re-upping Hope. I'm finally on time for the stream. If this video was 2 years ago, I would have agreed. Even now, even 2 years, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have agreed. I'd say maybe.
Hi Zaldonix says,
freaking...
okay, we have MHA and DB. I say let's scale the level of piece of shit between Bakugo and Vegeta. Add Sasuke. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is okay and 10, what the hell do we consider a good person?
Vegeta, he'd be like a 6, honestly, because it's kind of like he was born and bred into that, and it's the culture, and he had no choice but to be like that.
Every Saiyan we encounter is essentially a Vegeta.
Yes. So I gotta place him right there. Sasuke, 10, hard 10. He made his choices. He rocked up to the Kage Summit just like, all right, everybody time to die. Bakugo
made his choices several times.
Bakugo would probably be in the 8.5 to 9 range. Because you have the excuse of he is a kid and he has not done harm.
Yes.
He has done potential harm, but he has not done harm.
All right,
but he is trash.
Let's call out the name. Did y'all like Kettle Chips?
I don't like kettle chips. They're too crunchy.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with kettle chips.
It hurts my jaw after a while.
That's
I don't
right.
like it. It's like
Yes,
it's like that's way too much. I don't need that crunch. The crunch is not what I'm here for. It's the taste. That's the problem with
Would you eat a soft chip?
It has to be at least. That's not a chip at that point.
Yeah. What would a soft chip be? Bread?
No, it'd be a scalloped potato.
Yeah, I guess that would be around the area.
Flavored however you'd like.
Let's quickly run through the names and get started on
And
this.
get Worf his points.
Oh yeah, Worf. While I'm doing
see
this,
what you did.
you could have just ran through some of the names.
Oh, well, it's gonna take you a couple seconds. Whatever is best Monster Hunter monster thing. Hope. Worf getting them points. Dutch. C. Is that just the letter C?
That's just the letter C.
Why did you get that?
How did you get that?
Devin O.
That's hilarious. How did you get that? All right. Yep. I'm all good. Let's give Worf 3,000 for that one. Anime Freak. Marcelo. Do Hansen. Master Jinx. You already said Worf. We already said Best Persona. Priscilla. Already said Hope. Blaze. See again, because boy, that is just, you are right. Hi. Debt. I'm surprised the lack of people that know Liquid Richard. Carlo. Raul. We're getting close to the end. Hope just in gambling his winnings away. Isaiah. Victory Greymon. Love
Suck
One
my
Piece.
dick. That's my request to you.
Or that too. Anko.
That too.
Dingy. Yep. We're all caught up. Nope. Don, Neo, and that's about it. Cameron, finally, and a fan of fighting. We talking about Liquid Richard? Yeah, these people don't know who Liquid Richard are. He's not a Kids Bop artist. That was just one song, and it was a great song.
Says, I hit that jackpot like 3 times last stream.
So you're just spamming gambling so you can hit the jackpot again?
Unbelievable. As always, whichever video is named first in the comments is what we're doing first.
Yep.
Who's got it?
What's up, Smart? Dutch. Let's see who got the first video. My Hero Dragon Ball. DBZ. Saw DBZ first.
Bam.
We are talking about, first off, Dragon Ball Super versus Dragon Ball Z. What Super was missing by Geekdom. Do know who this is. Doesn't mean much though.
Friend of the show.
No, I've never watched Vinland Saga. I've read a couple episodes. A couple chapters, but I have not gotten far enough to say anything about it. Mark month is done. It's over.
What? Is it over before you even
began? No, yeah. Dead. What's the description?
5 reasons why Dragon Ball Z is better than Dragon Ball Super. What Dragon Ball Super is missing and why Dragon Ball Z outshines it. The greatness of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh. He just did the tag thing, didn't he?
No, I just don't think he's very good at the because I don't think that mentioning Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super multiple times will help you boost it in the algorithm. So
no, but it'll help boost the specific thing you're looking for. So what were some of the things?
Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super.
No. It was like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. 5 reasons or something like that.
Yeah.
5 reasons is better. That's not what he said. That's not what the title's about.
But what Dragon Ball Super is missing is the title.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. Man. Dragon Ball Z is better than Super, but it's not by much.
Yeah.
It's not a notable thing that can be made into a video. It's like, yeah, they both suck, but, you know.
At least earlier Dragon Ball Z, you can go, okay, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I can't really go, okay, Super.
Because it's so much of it is just sucking.
Beerus, that's about it for you.
It's getting shot or stabbed. Both suck, but
I have to say, I enjoy the current arc though. I like it.
oh, the Trunks one.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I like it. But that's only because I like the slice of life stuff.
Sure.
I'm not liking the already, here we go,
No.
big fight stuff.
But I don't care about Trunks. I don't care about Goten. I don't care about Mai. So it's just, and then we got a bunch
I
of
really don't care
freaking
about their relationship.
Pencil and Ruler and all them people rocking up like they're people. No, I don't care. This is no.
All right, let's get into it. Also, I think GT is better than Super.
Dragon Ball Super came and went, and until we see the anime return, the first 131 episodes and Dragon Ball Super Broly are etched in stone, alongside the Granola arc.
Even when new episodes come, it's still going to be etched in stone. It's over.
Yeah. So I thought he was just going to be talking about the anime, but it looks like he's talking about the manga too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Trunks and Goten go to the same school. Mai also goes to that school now, and it's a big, all right, will they, won't they stuff, and I could not care any less about that shit.
The moral arc and whatever's coming in the future. But what was it about Dragon Ball Super that didn't quite hit the mark? What was it about classic Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z that made it better? There's tons of things, but on this video, I want to give you my top 5
Oh, game. That's GT. What are you doing? No,
aspects
that's
of
not the
Dragon
thing.
Ball Z that Dragon Ball Super was lacking. And hopefully...
Dutch says, isn't Maya middle-aged women?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Older than Bulma.
Yeah. We're just ignoring all implications of what that means for Trunks.
We'll never see those cool products kids after these. Yeah, they're what purpose could they serve further? We didn't see
Cotton Candy Hope
Gohan's
says,
friends.
nothing Dragon Ball is in stone. Toriyama gonna forget some shit and recon something at least 4 more times before he dies.
Yep.
Shigaru Magala is best Monster Hunter monster says. DA really just disrespected my name.
It's amazing that the text-to-speech could get it so fluently.
I did not disrespect your name. I simply yada yada'd over it.
That's literally
That's
literally a disrespect. Yada yada. I care. Whatever.
series comes back, they'll fix some of these issues and make it better and give us that feeling we all felt when we were kids watching the original show.
You cannot replicate that feeling.
Oh, that feeling! I can't wait to get that feeling back when I was a kid watching Dragon Ball.
That's what people with the whole Harry Potter stuff is going. I just want to re-experience my childhood. No, shut up. Get new
stuff.
product and enjoy new product.
Because when you were a kid, you weren't thinking about stuff. You were just experiencing it. It was just on screen. There wasn't just like a, hey, wait a second. Vegeta blew himself up and turned into stone, but Chaozu blew himself up and just disintegrated. What's up with that? Oh, no, it's just something that happened. So just, that's what it is. You don't think about it. It's just, oh man, Vegeta's dead. Oh man, no, Vegeta's back. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Cotton Candy Hope says, I'm not anything close to being as stupid as I was 25 years ago. I hope.
Exactly.
Master Jinx says, stop chasing nostalgia, you bums.
And it's so much chasing of it to try to just feel like they felt that sense of wonder, excitement, that fervor for the next thing. And I just do not understand it. I hate Mai. Like, she didn't even have much of a character in OG, but for the amount of time she was in there, she was a very goofy character, and now she's the most basic of love interest. Yeah. Toriyama has no choice but to denigrate women, decimate, that's the word I'm looking for, women. Because, my God, I will never forgive him for Videl. Ever.
It's disgusting.
Just waiting on that one.
Oh. Let's get to it next. The reign of Black Frieza has begun, and as a result, we've got a brand new merchandise line, the Black Frieza Rec.
That is not a very good shirt. The words just sort of...
Yeah, they're not prominent enough.
I don't like the black background. I understand it's a white shirt. It has to show on everything, so you put it as a black.
Why wouldn't you just
white?
Why wouldn't you just have the purple?
What do you mean?
I guess because it's Black Frieza, but it's a purple aura. Why wouldn't you do something with purple?
Because it has to show on all the shirts. It's just not a very good design, that's all. I understand you want the words there, but it's just sort of just kind of stapled there. The design itself would be good without that.
Everyone and leave t-shirt, hoodie, and various other types of merch available right now in the Geekdom 101 store.
18 is too much? No, I think that's fine. Once you factor in shipping, it'll get a little too high, but 18 is fine.
18 is a fine shirt. Even though you can buy a lot of like post-hardcore bands for $10, 18 is a fine shirt.
That was not a good transition to ask. A lot of other videos have done it. Yeah, we're going to get into it, but the shirt though.
The lack of the fiery attitude is the problem fighting. It like you said, it's not the housewife thing. Whatever. Because Chi-Chi's a housewife. I have no problem with that. Videl is
She's just a whole other character.
She's just a whole different person.
Will Frieza play Goku and Vegeta like a puppet? We'll find out soon. Right now, it comes in various sizes and colors. Ships pretty much everywhere.
I don't like it with the black.
Where in the
Dutch
world,
says, one thing that pisses me off about Dragon Ball fans is they want Goku meeting Bardock, but Goku meeting his grandpa after knowing he killed him would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. But Bardock does nothing because if we look at our boy Salad saying, it's just like, yo, what's up? What you got to say to each other?
The thing is that they want to jump on whatever's hot right now. So Frieza being hot right now, Black Frieza being hot right now, people might buy this shirt. Even just casually looking for Black Frieza shirts, they might stumble on this shirt and buy it. That's all they want.
Link is down in the description. Get your hands on the limited edition Black.
I don't like the design now. Because I thought Goku and Vegeta were looking at him, but they're like, with their heads down.
It's not a very good shirt.
Frieza, wreck everyone and leave merch line. I love this design and I hope you do too. Don't forget to leave a like on the video down below and don't forget—
Holy God!
Why did you just record that as you were recording the other thing? Because now it's just a whole different audio.
Oh, hell no.
Silverheart Soul says, so I going to work in Chicago, and did anyone hear about Seth the programmer?
Oh, we've
It's
heard.
a fucking mess. Also, I just watched someone
later.
try to argue.
We'll talk about it later if we have the time.
This is a spicy one.
To leave a comment and tell me your 5 things that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z had or made you feel that Dragon Ball Super didn't. We're going to start right now with number 5 on the list.
Why wouldn't you do it the opposite way as well, though? Or tell me how I'm wrong. Let me hear, what Super does better.
Just say something.
And that is the original sound effects and music. I'm sorry. Ultra Instinct is a cool sound. I don't know what you want.
What is a for want of a better term, iconic sound in Dragon Ball Z?
I guess the
The
key
power
sound
up
of,
sound of
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe electricity cackling.
But that's just electricity cackling. I hope he gives some examples. Understand the music. If you don't like the music like that, whatever.
But is he even gonna go the actual original Dragon Ball music or the Faulkner soundtrack?
I think he's anti-Faulkner, so
Okay.
I think we're good there.
Sumitomo was a great composer, and there were a lot of great tunes in Dragon Ball Super, especially the ones that started with the Goku Black arc and going into the TOP, and of course, that awesome Dragon Ball Super Broly jingle. Yeah!
DA, can you
I was just about to ask you. And I was trying to remember it just in case you sort of floundered your way into humming it. But I didn't even remember actively trying to remember. It was just din and I heard some drums.
That thing is badass. Anyways, I love that interpolation. But ultimately, I don't feel like the music was quite able to really match up to the classic music from DBZ. I'm referring to the original Shinsuke Kikuchi score that sounded like a classic martial arts film from the 70s. That's the score that made Dragon Ball feel like it was special. It made it feel legendary. It made it feel iconic.
Can anybody?
He just said it. He said the thing.
No
you know
way.
the thing that people
Lord.
say.
25 says,
Here we go.
all I remember is go Brawly, go go.
And that's
Yep.
all I remember. Go Broly. Hey, are you telling me Frieza isn't hitting?
You freeze the. But that wasn't a Dragon Ball. That was.
But they commissioned the song. Like, what do you want? It's their
I don't know
song.
if they
Chris the
commissioned
Chill
it or they
says,
already did it.
this
and they
week
like,
was a
"Give me."
crazy week for the Dragon Ball community, cuz Seth the scumbag got exposed for multiple allegations.
Oh yeah, we understand.
Oh, yeah, it's rough for the Dragon Ball fans. But then you got this stuff where you just go, "Hey, wasn't the music better?" You go, "I guess I don't know exactly."
Special. It made it feel legendary. It made it feel iconic. Now,
How did
Darren
it
Luster
make
says,
it feel
Damn, the
iconic
stream
back
just lagged when he was
then?
about to say theme.
What makes it feel quote unquote
How
iconic?
do you feel iconic in the moment? What iconic? I don't want
It had that music that made it
hear
feel
about
iconic.
iconic
The
music.
feel of iconic.
What are you talking about with the feel of iconic?
Quickly, Seth got called out by a bunch of his friends and collaborators for a bunch of bullshit that he said and did. And he did some horrible things and said some horrible things. Including forcing a mod to eat poo to get modship. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Speaking
Lot
of
of
ice, he made somebody shove ice up their butt.
people grew up with the Falconer production score and they swear by it. And I've talked to those fans, and even they agree that that music is better than
Dutch
the
says, the most iconic thing for ALX would be DA giving Phil $1.
Legitimately, that might be.
That's hurtful, but here, he just says they agree that the original music slaps. No evidence. How many people did you talk to? What did they say? What did you show them? Did they even remember the Faulkner score versus this one? Or did they just listen and go, yeah, that is pretty good?
Meme Spice says, was there not a DBZ composer that did plagiarism?
Yeah, Faulkner.
Yep, that was Faulkner.
that music is better than the Sumitomo music. Of course, it's only their opinion. A lot of it is nostalgia. But when we judge the
A lot of this is nostalgia.
Yes,
You're going, the remember.
The feeling of iconic.
No, the Seth drama is bad. He said he would throat things to a minor. He's disgusting. Yes, there was some, there's some real bad stuff there.
And it was, it's just covered in, no, it was all a joke. And that's just like, okay, great.
Why would I do this seriously?
Did you?
If I pursued it.
Didn't you see the emoji? A legitimate argument.
That's the trigger. I'm just like, emoji means. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do throat things.
music, I feel like maybe the first half of Super was kind of missing those great tunes, and Sumitomo did improve, so hopefully in the future, his music will maybe not quite get on par with the old stuff, but at least be improved and more fun to listen to.
Why
Because
would he not, more fun to listen to? Why would he not play a track? Why would he not
He played the Broly track?
Yes, why wouldn't he go, here's Beerus's theme. Do you recognize this?
And then go, here's Vegeta's theme or something when they first arrive on Earth.
Just something for comparison.
Listen to the instrumentation. It sounds more in tune with what's going on at the time.
This is more bubbly. This one's more serious with the horns and the string. If you're going to talk about it, even if I don't particularly care about what you're talking about, talk about it. Don't just go, yeah, back then it felt more fun. I don't know what
Chris the Chilled
whatever.
says, speaking about Phil, Seth also did the Phil thing, like building a project, abandoning the project, and not refunding the money that his fans donated him.
Mm-hmm. And they're just talking about, yeah, well, I'll figure out a way to pay him back. It's like, well, pay him back. That's how you do it. We should have just talked about this because this is all the stream is. The Piccolo theme. Yeah, what's the Piccolo theme? I don't know what any of this.
Cyberman Worf says, I flipping hate it when people bring up music stuff and not talk about actually music stuff like rhythm, instrument, what it actually does to the song. Like, come on.
Yeah, oh, it's more iconic.
It just feels more iconic. This is more fun.
It sounds like the 80s martial arts type of music.
Don't talk about it if you're not going to
Creative
talk about
username
it.
says, Seth is worse than Tommy Tallarico.
Tommy? The Oof video. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
You're crazy.
Oh, yeah. My mind was just...
What are you doing?
But yeah, it's like talking about, this movie had really good shots. And then just moving on. It's like, what do you mean really good shot?
The camera work.
The camera work, yeah. The medium shot, the wide shots. What do you mean by it had really good shots? Yeah, it just felt dynamic and iconic. This is all this is.
So many classic scenes in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z need music, they need insert songs, and we didn't even get any of that until Ultra Instinct. So I think they should treat Dragon Ball like the classic anime that it is and give us those great insert songs, give us those great moments that give us, make the hair on the back of our neck
Cotton
stand
Candy
up.
Hope
And I
says,
think the music...
the theme of Piccolo is the same as Vegeta, but we get to see Piccolo's character change on screen, unlike Vegeta, that all happened in 2 different time skips.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Make the hair on the back of our neck stand up, and I think the music is important. Also, the original sound effects guy that works at Toei, he's not doing Super anymore, and I don't know why, because Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z sound effects were amazing.
I don't know what that one was.
I feel like it's them teleporting around.
It sounded robotic. I was thinking like from Return
C
of Cooler.
says, very iconic, robust, and flavorful.
Yeah, I love those sound effects. Number 4 on the...
Are you gonna show the super sound effects? He doesn't show the Z music nor the super sound effects to compare them.
That's really bad for a dude that's been doing this for so long. There's no comparison here. It's just, these are better. Listen. This is a really good song. Listen. No kind of comparison. What is this? This isn't how you do it.
The list
Classic
is
soundtracks. He ain't lying. One Piece used those sound effects too. Yeah, they might have just been a pool of Toei sound effects. That was just used.
Definitely. Look, just to summarize it, Seth is so bad he makes Cave Star look good. Yeah, that was ridiculous. My man's watching Dragon Ball Z for the sound effects. That might be worse than people loving it for hype reasons. To be fair, just listen.
Yeah, listen to these. Yeah, these are cool. Moving on. Super doesn't have these. Instead, they have these. And just play like some wimpy little pew, ow sort of sound effect. But he didn't even do that.
I remember more of the Super music instead of Z. Because it's more recent.
Now look, some of y'all might not agree with
which one is this? Sorry.
Number 4 on the list is pacing. Now look, some of y'all might
that's
not...
very hard to say when Dragon Ball has Dragon Ball Z has a lot of filler. You're talking about Dragon Ball Z, you're not talking about Dragon Ball Kai. Unless you're talking about Dragon Ball Kai, in which case we need to talk about pacing. Or the manga. But he's mixing the anime and the manga. I don't know what he's talking about. But he can't be talking about Dragon Ball Z per se, because he's talking about the music, and so he can't be talking about the manga unless he's talking about the manga here. In which case, Dragon Ball Z is not a thing. It's all just Dragon Ball in Japan. I think it's only over here where it's Z per se.
Agree with this, but I love the classic pacing of DBZ. Some of you guys like the pacing in Kai, and I...
He wants the filler.
Isn't this filler?
No, he just said some of y'all like it in Kai, which means he wants that filler.
DBZ. Some of you guys like the pacing in Kai, and I respect that. And yes, a lot of the Dragon Ball Z pacing was very, very slow. Some of this stuff took forever to get to the point. Goku versus Frieza's fight and other moments just took forever in the anime, and it
Cotton
can be
Candy
quite...
Hope says, reading the Dragon Ball manga is like reading on cruise control.
It's just stuff happening. It's just moving forward.
A drag, which is why the show was called Drag on Ball Z by so many people. But you have to...
I honestly don't think I've ever heard that.
No, I legitimately haven't. Ever in my life.
Remember, that's what got us hooked in the first place. When we were kids watching this show, whether it be in Mexico or in the United States or wherever you're from, no matter what language you're watching it in, that pacing, that, wait till next week or wait till tomorrow.
Because we were kids and didn't know any better.
Nuts.
Dragging these. But this doesn't speak to the pacing. You just
Isaiah, do not do this.
we're done.
Cotton
made
Candy
angry
Hope
videos in the
says,
community
maybe you
forum
should
that
drag
said,
on these
"Well,
balls you
I love
see.
you, Dritz the drag down."
Thank you for the super chat.
You for the super chat. Please say something on the first one.
Y'all are old, so if you guys never heard of Drag On, Geekdom is lying. Maybe he's not. Maybe it's something specific to the Dragon Ball
Gaizenshu forum.
Yeah, something like that.
I have just
never
heard
personally
that before.
never in my life heard that.
But it's also just I don't understand.
Leo Luster says, yeah, you never hear it because it's the worst thing ever said ever.
Yes, it's stupid. It's not clever or anything. But his thing is the wait and see attitude of, hey, wait till next week. Mm-hmm. But what if it's something that you don't care about, like New Namek or Garlic Jr.? You can't be like, yeah, the pacing is good when we got 20 episodes of Goku and Frieza fighting.
He just wants endless cliffhangers. And it doesn't matter if the cliffhangers is 2 minutes worth of source material. It needs that cliffhanger.
Ice Phoenix
What's up, Kuriyama?
Sauce, trust me, bro. A fan of
Sauce,
fighting
trust
says,
me.
when I was younger I used to think that transported in another world with my smartphone was good. I think back to how much of a goober I was thinking any of that was good.
Yep. We used to think Dragon Ball was amazing.
Yep.
And now it's just like, oof.
I'm just going to call you Yami, Kuriyami.
That's fine.
Yeah. There's so many
People
things
don't
where
like
you're
shortening of names.
Oh yeah, I'm
butchering. Oh, I butchered your name.
I said this to my friend Julia
better
once.
name.
I said, if I can shorten somebody's name to a single syllable, I will do my best to do so. His name is Ju. That's it's just what it's gonna be. Sorry. It's not disrespectful. But yeah, with nostalgia, like when you're a kid, everything feels amazing and you can't wait for the next thing and it feels awesome. But then when you grow up and you see that same pacing, you're like, this is trash. This is moving
that's where
so
the jokes
slow.
of people standing around. Drag on. We all heard that. But people stand around for 5 episodes and scream. That's where this joke came from. Now that's one that I'm privileged enough to have heard.
Wonder how those wait till next week people felt when one episode during the Frieza fight was just a recap of the last episode.
Oh no!
Yeah. And what happens when you look at things pacing wise like One Piece, where people are like, oh my god, the pacing is horrible, and something like Dressrosa for the anime. But why aren't they just clapping? Because that's the pacing we love as kids, so we get that next episode type of feeling.
And what's to say about the episodes now where there's cliffhangers? Like, I think one episode ended with Frieza standing over, in the Tournament of Power, standing over Goku with pointing his finger like, oh crap, is Frieza going to betray them? And then next episode they gave him energy. I might be mistaken in that. Mm-hmm. It was something along those lines. But what about, hey, I like the pacing nowadays.
Will Goku beat Frieza? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z. Frieza defeated.
You just gotta take that sometimes. I'll see some episodes or some manga chapters where it's just like, this person dead. I'm just like, cool, thanks.
That's what they did with Yu Yu, but they made sure to bring everything down. Because I don't think they ever showed the names of the titles until the Genkai thing. Geekdom likes slow pacing now because it serves his argument. He probably dunked on Z's pacing in a different video.
Probably.
Tomorrow. That's what got us hooked. That serialized cliffhanger sort of storytelling.
That's it now.
Yes.
Any story that's cut up is technically a cliffhanger. It's just where the cliff is placed.
Where every episode you had to wait till the next one to see what would happen.
That's super now!
As if it doesn't happen now with the anime or the manga. As if it just sort of, everything wraps up within a chapter and then you just go, well, we're just waiting for next chapter and then we're just moving on.
The manga is legitimately 200 arcs now. Because every chapter is an arc.
It's a whole arc on
NJIO4
itself.
says, Da stock ends. How will he recovered? How will he cope on the loss? We will find out in the stream.
Oh, and stocks never recover.
My stocks are doing fine, thank you.
Yeah, that's TV 101. That's storytelling 101. Even things like a book, which is a complete story, if it's not in a saga or whatever. But a complete story of a book has cliffhangers per chapter. The end of the chapter will be a cliffhanger to hook the reader into reading the next chapter.
This is nothing new nor special.
Yeah, stomps
This
at
isn't-
all-time low. Sorry.
I'm just gonna go to a random chapter. I picked 74 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, and it ends with Ultra Ego Vegeta showing up for the first time, and that's the end. Find out what he can do next week. Literal random chapter. This is insane to have this little of a point that you just go, there was cliffhangers back then.
Is how Dragon Ball got so big. It's a big reason, and Super had a little bit of that, but I still feel like it should slow down a bit more. Let the fights
Master
be fleshed
Jinx
out
says,
more.
My favorite episode title in anime is Death of the Sailor Guardians from Sailor Moon because it spoilers everything.
Yeah, Dunzo. You did.
Let the fights be fleshed out more.
Okay, fights being fleshed out isn't the same as a cliffhanger
Yes,
ending.
completely different.
MFDENJIO4 says, nostalgic equals it's iconic.
Yeah, truly it's iconic. The whole thing is that with the fights, what he truly wants is a fight to go on for 6 episodes as opposed to 3 episodes, because it feels like he's here for those fights.
Yeah, because he's just going, yeah, Frieza versus Goku went on a little long, but
That's what we were here for.
I'm just gonna. Episode 9 was the beginning of Goku versus Beerus, and it ended episode 14. That's 5 episodes.
So we got 5 episodes of a fight, and he wants it slowed down more. The timing is truly why it got big. Right place, right time.
That's what we always say.
More and feel more like the classic Toriyama stuff from the 80s and 90s. And I'm going to discuss this a lot more in a future entry here on this video.
What do you mean slow it down and have it feel more like this? Why not go Hit versus Goku was 2 episodes? This is the big bad of the arc. This is for the fate of the universe, and it's 2 episodes. Piccolo versus S17 went longer than that. Make that comparison. Something like that, but just don't go, it feels slow. This dude is horrible. This came out 2 months ago.
Yes.
He's been doing this for in 9-8 years. He can't explain. He ain't saying nothing. Don't just say it feels slower, and this doesn't feel as slow, and even when it does feel slow, that's what we're here for. It is, and it isn't, and it always,
Cotton
it might
Candy
be.
Home says, but Toriyama didn't make the anime and the fights in the manga are fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah.
You could skip a few episodes of the Frieza fight and miss nothing.
But you're right in that Toriyama wrote the manga, and the manga is super quick. It's the anime he likes, but that has nothing to do with the Toriyama style. That's them reworking the anime to make it longer.
When I was looking for, somebody was talking about Dragon Ball or something. I was looking at the end of for the Buu versus Super Saiyan 3 Goku fight, Kid Buu.
Yeah.
It's like a chapter. It's like a chapter and a couple of pages. Legitimately. And I'm like, I could have sworn it was longer. It feels like it should be longer, but at the end of the day, it's just like Toriyama, he's at the end of his rope, just like, yeah, they fighting in. How are my energy?
Number 3, drama and stakes.
MFDENJIO4 says, DBZ is better cause Frieza said monkey a lot more than Super, so it's really iconic.
That's correct. Racism, y'all. That's what makes it iconic. Manga and anime are synonymous in his mind, apparently. Yeah, like Toriyama was just storyboarding the anime. Just like, you gotta flesh this part out more.
So, the stakes. In Dragon Ball Z, they literally just went, oh, we need a new Guardian. Let me go get one. Oh, Here are the Dragon Balls.
We don't have Dragon Balls anymore. No, but I can make better Dragon Balls.
But I can make better ones. Steaks. We have one set of Dragon Balls. Oh no, Piccolo is dead, Kami is dead, we have no Dragon Balls. Oh, now we can go over here and get a whole nother set of Dragon Balls. And then we have this guy that can coordinate wishes so that we can do whatever we want, essentially. Oh, and this one, there's no limit to the number of people they can bring back. So this dragon over here is even better than our dragon.
Is he going to be talking about Beerus and Whis? Because no matter what the problem is, they could fix it.
MFDENJIO4 says, drama? You mean the Bulma and Yamcha drama?
I truly don't know what he means. Maybe like the stakes of getting the Dragon Ball over the strongest man in the universe, whereas now you could just get... No, Nami, do not do this.
Delicious steaks. Delicious.
Steak with ketchup is an abomination.
Dragon Ball Super is an interquel. It takes place during the 10-year time skip after the death of Kid Buu, but before the 28th tournament and meeting of Oob. And because of that, it takes away from a lot of the drama and the stakes, because we know that at the end of the series, everyone's going to be alive.
Pause. So,
Cotton Candy Hope says,
oh no.
Motherfucker, people get wished back to life in Dragon Ball Chapter 111.
Steaks! But... is anybody afraid of anybody dying in Z when you can just skirt the rules? Krillin was just like, Krillin is hard dead, y'all.
He cannot come back.
No, but these Dragon Balls. Yeah, but he was killed
Dutch
in
says,
Namek.
No ketchup on steaks, you crazy people.
Correct.
MFDENJIO4 says, steaks.
Steaks.
But it was just like he was killed on Namek. So if we bring him back, he's just going to be floating in space. So we can't even do that.
Yeah.
But we can wish him over to King Yama and then wish him here. We can do that, right? Yeah, we can.
Cyberman Warp says, steaks have not really existed in Dragon Ball because the Dragon Balls are too powerful.
They're bonkers.
Yeah. Since
Moon Spice says, he said boob.
Since basically... maybe the Piccolo arc, there haven't been stakes really, and even then Bulma could have gathered Dragon Balls and said take out Piccolo or make Goku stronger or some I don't know what stakes.
King Piccolo killed the dragon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Cotton Candy Hope says,
so yeah, around
if Goku didn't die, he would have got to train with King Kai. D'ing is above half the time.
Truly above half the time.
But again, I'm not worried. At near the end of the season, it's like everybody's coming back. It don't matter. Who cares? Oh, Vegeta's super dead, y'all. He ain't even got a body. So he's gonna be... No, he's back. Who fears for a character being perma-dead?
At this point.
At this point. Even when it was just like... if we die and when we're already dead, we'll exist in nothingness.
1 pound of ketchup is good on a burger.
I like a lot of ketchup on my burger.
That's crazy. But you can't taste the burger.
I like a lot. But even then, when it's just like, we'll be double dead and we won't even exist, I'm like, no, you won't. There'll be a way to get you back. There's always a way.
Yeah, Trunks' timeline was completely deleted.
Goku is super duper dead. He cannot be brought back. No, but this old Kai can just give him his life.
525 says, it's because Goku was dead that he could train to reach Super Saiyan 3.
Dying is a pretty big benefit.
Pickles are overhated.
Pickles are the...
I hate pickles. Pickles are trash.
Oh, pickles on a burger, top tier.
I like pickle juice, but I don't like pickles.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even like drinking it. I like a burger with pickles. I'll take the pickles off so I can have that pickle flavor, but I don't like pickles.
But you don't want the crunch.
No. I just don't like I don't like pickles.
I don't understand.
It's too much. The flavor is too much. I just want a little bit of it. Yeah, I'm
like
crazy.
A dab of mustard as opposed to the hot dog vendor just be like.
I love pickles. Comboed into pickles are nasty.
Welcome to ALX. Is pickle juice? Pickle juice is delicious.
We see them all there at the tournament. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Pan. Everyone's there. Everyone's happy. So it really takes away from the state.
MFDENJIO4 says, DA, did you not like chicken sandwich with pickles?
No, I don't like chicken sandwich and pickles. That's what
Pineapples on your burgers. Absolutely, that's
Kai
what you are.
Zaldonix says, at this point, death in DB is literally a vacation.
Yeah, you're gonna be right back. It doesn't matter. Piccolo died in Resurrection After. It was like, yeah, he'll be back.
I would assume that he just means...
I made angry videos and the community frowned and said, well, hereby W Dritz the drag down.
I got my dad killed. I'm a failure. Everyone else, we got Dragon Balls. You good, little G? Oh, straight.
Yeah! It's like, oh no, Goku's dead. It's like, well, he's choosing to be dead now. He can come back.
Yeah, it's time to wish him back. No, I don't want to.
Why are y'all sad? He's coming back!
Yeah, why did Vegeta freak out when Trunks died? It don't matter.
It don't matter.
That's crazy.
Like Namek, it was just like,
thanks for the super chat.
oh, thank you for the super chat. Namek, when the Namekians were on Earth, they were like, yeah, you can use our Dragon Balls. Oh man, but we gotta wait a year. Well, on our planet, a year for us is like 3 months for y'all. So y'all cool. Oh, great.
His whole thing is, we don't feel fear for the characters dying or
feel
anything.
fear-
Hold on.
Piccolo died and was brought back.
We don't feel fear for the characters dying in Super because we know at the end of the day they're going to be fine. I would assume his point is we don't know, quote unquote, that they're going to be fine at the end of Z.
It don't matter.
It truly does not matter.
And from the value of somebody's life possibly being affected. Now, one could argue that even in Dragon Ball Z,
Somebody's life being affected. Trunks' timeline is gone.
No.
His mother is dead.
No.
He saw that. He seen it.
Didn't go Super Saiyan Rage then. Now one could argue the same could be said about Dragon Ball Z, but come on.
after the Frieza saga, that death became kind of a joke because everyone always got brought back.
Death was always a joke.
It was always a joke.
Goku dies and everyone's crying, and it's just like, well, let's just wish him back in a year.
Yeah, he'll be back. Oh crap! Piccolo is dead. We have no Dragon Balls, but we can.
Mark Month says, everyone in that photo were wished back at one point.
Wait, the only character that never comes back is Piccolo in GT, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Argue that even in Dragon Ball Z, after
Hercule is it? Hercule, Mr. Satan has not been wished back yet.
Has been alive for all of this.
the Frieza saga, that death became
Everybody else, yes. We're wished
kind of a joke because everyone
great.
always got brought back. But I disagree. I think they did a good job of keeping the drama up throughout the Cell saga and the Boo saga
Pause.
to keep.
The entire Earth was destroyed and brought back within 3 episodes. Goku lost his wife, both of his sons, in a fell swoop. He could not save them. He could not instant transmission to them in time after they
Chris
went
the
into his
Joke
body
says,
to save them.
Hercule never died. The irony.
He's the greatest, that's why.
And it's meaningless that Goku has to have that maybe I could have saved them moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like they are going to be back. The entire Earth. Boo killed everybody on Earth with the human destruction beam. And then they wished them back.
Goten got to see his mom get eaten as an egg or stepped
on as an egg.
And then it's just like, well, it doesn't matter because I meet her in the afterlife and then we come back alive.
Goku saw all them people get eaten by Boo. And it doesn't matter because they're back. Again, I would love to see somebody speak of the trauma of dying, of just going, I had a hole in my chest. Imagine just having a hole in your chest. Blackness.
I would love a pseudo like side, even Toriyama writing it. Just like, how do these people cope? Like a support group of people that have died and been wished back.
Something. Gohan's 2 dumb friends. Have them meet up with Gohan in the afterlife and just go, what the happened? He's just like, we must have died. Have them explain that to them, and like I felt a hole in my something, but it doesn't matter. It never mattered, and it's never going to matter. Don't just go, hey, it did feel like there were stakes in the Boo and Cell arc. They didn't.
Keep us invested, but in Super, we know the outcome to this story. We're just enjoying the ride, and I feel like the series is missing that, which is why so many of us want Super to go past the end of Z to tell that story of what would happen after Oob.
What would happen? What would be different from what happened in Z to what happened in Super? Except you don't know they'll be fine. Because those same people are going to get wished back alive. Those same people are going to be fighting. Those same people are going to be on screen training. It's going to be the same, except you don't know what happens tomorrow.
But people are always going to get wished back because we have 4 separate sets of Dragon Ball. Weeks who can just bring somebody back to life.
But that's what GT was about.
Yeah! And why wasn't 16 wished back?
We talked about that. About the whole organic material and all that.
No! Because 17!
Meme Spice says, Cell Saga happened because they did not want to wish the androids away.
Dumb stuff. Dumb. But we got 4 sets of Dragon Balls. We have Whis who can bring people back. We have all the Kais who can seemingly just bring people back at will in exchange for their lives. So they can just be wished back because they have a 0 wish counter. And there's one more thing that I'm missing. All those wishes is something big.
With what?
In regards to there being no stakes.
In Z or
in Super?
In Super, Big Mid. I guess.
Oh, Dende. They just went. Piccolo went. Can the dragon do this? No. But what if though? And then it did it. So at any point, Dende can seemingly just upgrade the dragon to make it do anything. He can make a new dragon and be like, yeah, this new dragon, it resets everybody's wish counter. So everybody can be wished back infinite number of times. There are no stakes in Dragon Ball. Period.
I would argue there may have never been stakes. There were stakes in that you could be wished back once and then they destroyed that. There were stakes that you could die, but then you could be wished back. There were stakes that, you were wished back already, so you can't be until you could be. The stakes are destroyed with every subsequent set of Dragon Ball.
Cameron Bailey says, were the Namekians that Vegeta killed brought back?
I think they were eventually.
Yes.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Because at first it was just Frieza and his men, those people.
Every 1 million says, you can say that mentioning in DBZ that they can't be revived is still bigger stakes than Super that forgets to ever mention Super Dragon Ball or Time Revert.
Well, time reversion!
Wait, they should be able to bring back Android 16. If they can back the Earth, which is full of inanimate objects, then why not Android 16?
We talked about that, about how they could just bring back just inanimate objects. So 16 counts as that, so he absolutely should be brought back. But for some reason, he never has been.
Cotton Candy Hope says, Piccolo, can you do this? Dend, no. Piccolo, can the dragon? Dend, no. But I can make it be able to do it.
Yeah, but I can just do that, though. Even if it's just like, I can't bring back that particular organic material. You'd be like, can you wish back this organic material from 8 o'clock this morning? Can you bring back that scrap of metal to this point? Yeah, I don't see why not. No, I can't. Dende, spray some water on it. Now I can. Cool, thank you.
Who ends up living, who ends up dying, and actually sticking to it. Because then...
When have they ever stuck to it? They have never stuck to it. Goku's point was to stick to it. But then, within 50, 60 chapters, it was like, well, Goku's back, motherfucker.
And it's going to feel like these deaths or these tragedies, they mean more, if you make them mean something. So I do feel like
they never meant anything. Why is Gohan's death sad in Boo? Why does it mean anything in Boo?
Gohan and Vegeta are dead. No. Okay. We'll bring them back.
I can understand for
Cotton Candy Hope says, So when Boo kills Android 8, does he not get to come back with everyone? Oh wait, no one remembers 8er.
I love Ader.
We're not talking about that.
I can understand Videl because she doesn't know the Dragon Ball. I can understand Bulma if she knows that Vegeta is not going to get wished back.
I can kind of understand Chi-Chi because it was just like, it was never supposed to be any of this. He was just supposed to be a scholar. I never wanted this for him.
Even now my boy dead.
But
why as an audience should we give a shit?
At all, ever?
Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be just gather the Dragon Ball.
Just gather the Dragon
What is the problem we're facing right now? Just gather the Dragon Ball. Trunks lives in a copy-paste timeline, though, so who cares if his timeline is destroyed? But it's still more stakes than... Oh, dude, it's the saddest.
What the... How you think that's okay?
Cotton Candy Hope says, "We not talking about anything, it's Dragon Ball bums not thinking more than 2 seconds about anything."
But don't say why it's so great then. Just say, I like it a lot. It's the flashy and it gets me hyped.
We now can wonder about will these characters die and stay dead.
Chris the Chilled says,
No.
"I hear what y'all saying, but let Geekdom cook rolling on the floor
I
laughing."
don't know what this is. Cook!
Yo, can somebody please find me a good clip of someone saying, let them cook? So I can put it as an alert. Because I've looked and there's nobody and nothing that says let them cook good enough for me to put as an alert.
Series is missing that. Number 2, development and use of side characters.
What constitutes a side character? Anybody that's not Goku or Vegeta?
And the focus of the arcs. I would not say that Krillin is a side character in Namek.
Okay, so... But then he's going to use Krillin and Namek.
He might.
All right, well, let's see who he uses so we can get the metric of what he believes a side character is.
Dragon Ball Super has become the Goku and Vegeta show, and these guys are so strong that nobody else has a prayer to catch up to them.
Mark Month
Gohan
says,
is currently stronger.
"VG be the change you want to see in the world. Shout let him cook and clip yourself." Master Jinx says, "Android 8 and Jingle Village was in the Spirit Bomb montage in the anime, so 16 should be able to come back because 8 must have came back."
But was 8
or 8
organic?
must have been, or 8 may have dodged whatever. How he wasn't a Spirit Bomb montage. Maybe 16 is out there somewhere.
Cotton Candy Hope says, "Legitimately Dragon Ball Revisited bring all that 20 years liking DB to maximum dislike out of me so hard."
It's truly
Craig
crazy.
Morris says, https://youtube.be/mbchnichko0 gotcha boss.
What even
is that
is
already?
This? Oh, for the...
Let him cook.
Yeah, let's just hear it. Titan, you might be looking at a time.
This better not be a Rickroll.
YouTube Studios. God, why is life so hard? Nope, I looked up this. It sounds awful. You're getting time, Triton.
I wouldn't say a time. He didn't know that you looked that up.
Let him.
It's just the
Silver
after
Heart Soul
stuff
says,
is too...
"The DB cast has the
I
collective
would-
memory of a goldfish. If every time someone dies, they still get sad. BUU ate everyone and they wear back, and what had sun was still out."
Sun still shining.
Muff was making pot roasts and still was cooking. It still ain't ready. Died and came back.
That was a nice death. Oh, the roast. Slow cooking ribs. They fall right off the bone.
Oh, they ready now. Did we time travel?
And that's not how it was in Dragon Ball Z or even Dragon Ball. One could argue that in Dragon Ball Z, Toriyama nuked characters.
Again, with this, one could argue.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely did.
Yep.
Tien had his dumb moment with Cell. It's horrible. He shouldn't have been able to do anything because we saw Trunks, who is a Super Saiyan.
BGI sent a different sound clip.
All right, let's see it. Keep going.
We saw Trunks, who is a Super Saiyan, trying to punch Perfect Cell and doing nothing. So why should the tri-beam be doing anything to Cell? He should fly right through it. If we're talking about non-canon stuff, Broly, it was
Korean
Cooler
Yuri
who
says,
just flew through
Trunks now is
Goku's
Truman
beam.
thanks to Zeno.
Trunks now is Truman.
Oh yeah. It's just a whole nother incredibly weaker Trunks that he has to just know exists in the world.
Ooh, that's not a bad deal. Sorry, I'm actively in the middle of a draft while we're doing this.
Like the original Dragon Team, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, Krillin, but I disagree because if you go back and look at Dragon Ball Z's Cell and Buu saga, really mostly the Cell saga, they had stuff for them to do. Yes, Yamcha and Chaozu got put on the sidelines, but don't forget that Krillin was very...
So, half of the people that you said did nothing in the 2 arcs that you brought up. Mm-hmm. And now Krillin did something. Krillin did something in the Tournament of Power. Now what? Tien did something in the Tournament of Power. Roshi did something in the Tournament of Power.
Roshi did stuff. They all did stuff in Frieza. Fighting the Frieza soldiers. They did stuff in Moro where they had to fight the people that came to Earth.
Roshi taught them the Mafuba.
Ice Phoenix says, Sauce, I made it the fuck up.
Made it the fuck up.
But yeah, you're going, in this arc, Krillin did something. Absolutely. But what about the arc that he did something in the Tournament of Power?
Super.
In Super. Are we just neglecting that? For the sake of an argument? This ain't how this go.
Important with that arc and the remote control aspect of it with 18 and that whole storyline. And Toriyama, for some reason, kept giving Tenshinhan, some shine. I mean, let's not forget that both in the Cell and Buu saga.
In the Cell saga, he did it like 2 or 3 times in the manga and then died.
Anybody could have done that. That is not a TN specific moment, and it shouldn't have even happened because he should have done absolutely nothing to Cell. It's stupid that this happened. Don't say it happened, please clap. Wonder why it happened and what did it contribute. Yes, they held him off for a second, but should he have been able to do that with his measly, it has to be less than 500,000 power level.
And even though he held him off for a second, what did holding him off for a second do? What did it contribute?
I don't exactly remember, but I'm sure it did something.
Put all Let 'em Cooks into the Discord. We'll hear them at the end of the stream, and we'll decide if there's one that's worthwhile.
He came back, and yeah, he had no chance, but he still had an impressive moment. Just him.
That's all it takes is an impressive moment, and now the side characters are cooking.
What did he do in the Saiyan saga? Nothing and died. He was dead for all of Namek. What did he do here? He did this. What did he do in the next arc? He sort of stopped Buu for a second. Is those 2 moments in essentially all of Dragon Ball Z enough to make it the number 2 point about why Dragon Ball Z was better? When you've already admitted Chaozu did nothing. Yamcha did nothing. Those are 2 side characters that did nothing. And then 2 that did something. This is horrible. Once again, please, us TN fans are starving. His point is over unless they go into he's a motherfucking alien route. And he's got this super alien power. But at this point, would anybody be interested? Jesus Christ, they fought off the Moro people.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Moro people came to Earth. You were not listening. Understandable. It happens sometimes.
But
yeah, no.
If he's talking about the manga.
And this is 2 months ago, so they were well into that. They were finished with it.
Iruma is amazing with side characters. Stop bumping this bad stuff.
Oh my
Cotton
goodness.
Candy Hope says, please I beg you Geekdom watch one other anime.
Dutch, I thought you said Iruka. And I'm like, the Naruto guy? Is this a joke that I'm not getting? Is he amazing?
There's a character in manga I'm reading called We're New at This, whose name is Akuma, or Ikuma. And that's who I thought he was talking about. I was like, did somebody read my mind and just read this as well. But no, it's an amazing manga, y'all. Please read it.
We'll probably starve to death by the time the cooking is done. Are they slow cooking them ribs? It'll be done eventually. You just gotta wait. It's gonna be so tender, y'all.
I just watched the episode of American Dad where they... Isaiah, please! Thank you for the super chat!
I just watched an episode of...
I made angry videos and the community frowned and said, well, hereby love you, Dritz the drag down.
Why?
I just watched the episode of American Dad where they got a slow cooker, so they wanted to slow cook some pork. And the dude literally basically said, the longer the cook, the better it tastes. So they were just like, can we eat it now? And Steve just kept going, no, let it cook longer. It's going to be more delicious. And after 6 days, they finally ate it. They're like, oh, it's so good. Why does it taste fuzzy and crawling?
Oh, no.
It's like, what made y'all think y'all could eat 6-day-old pork that was cooking? And that's what this is. Y'all want him to cook for so long, it's all maggoty. Again, thank you for the super chat. No, y'all just love him doing that because it pisses us off.
MFDENJIO4 says, Isasa has to be a bot cause there is no way he cash on some bum.
On bum!
Yes, we don't deserve. At the very least, wordless super chats. It's like, here's money. I ain't even got nothing funny to say or anything poignant. Just here's the money. Nah. $2 and call us bums. That's what we deserve.
That's what Eric does. Dude, I've listened to Peanut calling us so hard. Yeah, I got time, but I gotta say something.
Just him holding Cell back was a pretty cool moment for that character. And yeah, in the Boo Saga, the new character sort of became the focus of Goten and Trunks, but they were all still there, whereas in Super, it really is just about Goku and Vegeta.
They literally did the turn on the power where they all were there.
You are a liar.
They came to Earth with Moro and they were all there.
You're just lying.
Imagine if it were overcooked, it became nothing but a pile of charcoal. That's essentially what we're doing here.
And they've almost forgotten their side characters, but I think this can be fixed and remedied if they're able to come up with more interesting storylines involving some of the newer side characters.
What was Tien's storylines in those 2 arcs?
There were no storylines.
Okay,
it was just
Krillin
cool
had
moments.
a storyline. So now these side characters need storylines instead of cool moments.
My point was, maybe if they do something with a storyline, they could make them good. Maybe if they do something. Thank you, oh great DBZ scholar, for your very poignant point of maybe do something with these characters.
Something's better than nothing.
Hey, these characters aren't doing anything. Do something, huh? That'll make them good. No, that'll just mean they're doing something. Then we have to talk about if it's good or not.
You can retire Yamcha and, Master Roshi now, and maybe have the new side characters be the
Cyberman Ward
Universe
says,
6 Saiyans.
Tien, try beam time. Okay, that is that. Where is my check?
Legitimately.
All right.
Rolled out of bed, try beam.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Zamasu was doing far more than Cell or Kid Buu. Absolutely. I had more of a character than at least Buu. Kid Buu, at least.
Or possibly even hit the Pride Troopers or other characters.
So now,
But what? All these side characters had moments.
yes, they have
Kale and
moments.
Khalifa.
They absolutely have moments. So now you want more? When Tien and Krillin had 2 moments in all of Dragon Ball Z. Not Krillin. Tien had 2 moments in all of Dragon Ball Z. But now Granola needs more?
Frieza and Frost. Their whole storyline in the Tournament of Power trying to betray each other where they working together. At 17? What is he talking about?
Granola, Mirrors even, who can be there and be involved in fights, but not necessarily be the ultimate champion winners.
Okay, be involved in fights. Yes, that's all they can do. So, if that's all be involved in fights, and Tien and Yamcha did that. If we're just talking about being involved in fights.
This is crazy talk, dude.
He's really bad.
This is really bad, y'all.
Like Goku and Vegeta are, or hell, why don't you just make him the winner? Because then at least it would be something different. And I think Toriyama, back in the day, did a much better job with his characters than he does.
You are lying, dude. Lying.
I made angry videos and the community frowned and said, we hereby dub you Dritz the Drag Down.
Look, it's all we get as TN fans.
Colin
Let us
Candy
have it.
says, I have a better idea. How about we just don't get more Dragon Ball content? Please.
That would be great.
That would be nice.
You are fucking lying!
Somebody had that on deck.
I was just about to say he's lying.
But Tien, he was pretty high tier in early Dragon Ball Z fighters. So y'all got that.
Yeah, okay.
I think he hovers around the high mid now.
Yeah, I think he's around there.
So yeah.
One of my friends plays him.
Eat! Feast, younging! Say this a cracker. Now you guys gotta split that cracker. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you know what? I'm just gonna eat it. You know what? Nobody gets the cracker. Just remember the cracker.
It's more fair now.
Now everybody's equal.
Now, only my opinion, of course. And number one on my list,
Four.
you're gonna have.
What's number one? The fights? No, the fights. The fights.
Transformations.
I was about to say transformations. I might have to stick with fights.
Fights, transformations. What do we got in the chat? What's the number one point, y'all?
It's got to be fights. Maybe long arcs or something like that.
I can see that.
Iconic moments. If he says iconic moments, we are cutting off the stream for permanent.
Says, it's emotion.
Emotion, themes, animation,
women.
nostalgia, iconic,
Animation,
fights, villains,
nostalgia,
transformation,
feelings. Oh,
animation,
boy.
villains, subversive fights.
I hope he hits us with the woo wop and hits us with something that hasn't been said.
Try to follow me on this one, but hardcore Dragon Ball fans know this. The problem with Super is that it did not have the same kind of storyboards that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z had because they did not have an original Toriyama manga to adapt it from. Let me explain what I mean by that.
Master Jinx says, I would pay big money for a good long Yamcha arc that explores him as a character and what his life is like and maybe give us some of his love life and his feeling of uselessness.
Y'all, paneling.
I was thinking paneling.
It's the paneling transitioned into the anime. He said that there's no manga to adapt.
I'm not dead, but
So-
I swear to God, I wish I fucking was.
So it's gonna be paneling. The iconic moments of Toriyama has a lot of feeling on them, and they don't have that, so they gotta make their own. So it's just Goku doing a Kamehameha instead of the feeling and the dynamicness of.
Dude, it can't be that this guy is such a Tory bum that unless it's every bit of it written by Toriyama, it don't got the Toriyama feel.
It ain't got that juice.
The fights in Dragon Ball
We
and Z
never left.
He never left.
have a certain kind of pace to
Cotton
them.
Candy Hope says,
You've already said
I just
pacing.
have a Yamcha sports manga where he plays baseball.
Oh, dude, we need more Yamcha stuff.
Have a certain kind of pace to them. Toriyama makes his fights sort of like extreme chess matches.
Well, pardon the out of me?
This has not been true until since at least Goku Super Saiyan. Perhaps earlier.
I will say the Cell going, I need to slink away and absorb a lot of people.
That's not a
would
chess
say
match. That's
Cell versus Piccolo, where it's just like, oh no, you got my arm, I'm gonna die, so just tell me your plans. I got you. And then he just goes, crap, solar flare, and ran away.
But that's not a fight. That's the end of the fight, essentially.
But it's still, it's all
With
wrapped
Goku
up.
and Frieza, you have Goku underwater doing the Kamehameha stuff. You have trying to obscure visions for the blast and stuff because you can't read energy, that type of thing.
I'm going with that. I think that counts.
Not just the tournament fights, even the fights with Frieza and Cell, they all come with this sort of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 kind of writing. And Toriyama, growing up a fan of Kung Fu films, is really, really good at drawing fight scenes. Go back
No
and
One
read...
says, What chess matches is this dude watching someone throws a piece and then another dude throws another piece and they go super fast and back and
They
forth?
just yell. And other people just over there spectating and yelling about what they're doing, being useless.
I don't know if it was anime only, but that's just one of the things that come to mind when I think chess and DBZ.
But
C says, beating each other to death and throwing key blasts are chess moves, I guess.
But he goes, there's a certain pacing to it. There's a stage A, stage B, and stage C of the fights. And also, Toriyama's really good at drawing. Now, what about the stages? Explain the stage.
Maybe he'll explain why Super doesn't have those types of stages.
But what are the stages?
1, 2, and 3.
Cool. He could say something like the Saiyan fight, Vegeta fight, where Goku's winning, and then Vegeta's winning, and then everybody needs to jump in, and then Goku's crushed.
Yo, I love when Jackie Chan used a beam attack to destroy a building. Triton Morris says, the famous opening gambit, Key Blast.
He's using the Key Blast. Excellent. How will he follow up?
Dragon Ball Z is checkers, not chess. Let's not.
It's hopscotch.
Dragon Ball manga. So when they were adapting that to the anime, they had this manga to use as a base for the anime fights. They were able to sort of pace things out a certain way to where it feels like more of a competitive...
Cotton Candy Hope says, the moon got blown up like chapter 50.
back and forth battle. Yes, Dragon Ball Super has some amazing animation cuts. Dragon Ball Super episodes 110, 130, the Goku Black and Zamasu against Goku, Vegeta and Trunks episode. Like, there were a lot of incredible moments, and Dragon Ball Super Broly...
Is this not chess of cutting the fighters off from each other, separate, divide, and conquer?
Was it not chess with all of them trying to be in Jiren?
Was it not chess them trying to hold them off from the Mafuba?
Was it not chess Goku going, oh, you're skipping slightly into the future, so all I need to do is predict where you're going to be? This is that.
Was it not chess when Gohan got blinded and couldn't read energy? Was it not chess when they had the big old doughy dude and they had to find a way to beat him?
Botamo.
What are we talking about?
This is insanity.
It was all great
Don't hit so hopscotch.
animation and fun fights, but it's still missing that classic Toriyama 80s and 90s pacing.
Dude, all you keep saying is classic Toriyama. Super is not as good as Dragon Ball Z because it's missing that classic Toriyama. Insert praise here.
What is the pacing?
What is the classic 80s pacing of Toriyama?
Explain that, Geekdom.
Jesus Christ. This is crazy.
That had us all hooked. The hiding of techniques. I have a secret move. Power up, power...
Like this is the stance?
Cotton Candy Hope says, press ALX to doubt.
Dude. Oh, dude. That emoji is coming.
Techniques. I have a secret move. Power up, power up. I missed that. And yeah...
The power up is Super. What are we talking about here?
This is crazy talk, y'all.
Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Power up.
It happened in
he was
Frieza.
hiding. He was also hiding that technique, which is something that you want.
Frieza was also hiding his technique of turning Golden Frieza.
The almighty Jew Hansen says, what the fuck did I miss?
Dude, craziness.
You're good.
This dude is essentially blowing Z for the same that Super does.
Things. And it's not that they're good. It's simply that they happen.
Cotton Candy
And
Hope
they
says,
happen over here.
Brawly powered up every 4 minutes 48 seconds. Smurf Month says,
Legitimately.
boy, that 80s pacing was crazy. 90s pacing didn't really cut it. Oh, pacing was really a throwback to 70s pacing, and I like what I see so far in the 2020s pacing.
That's his conversation. That's what he's talking about. That's how he's praising this.
Read my chat, it's good. Where is it, Naki? Yamcha T and
I made
Chaosu.
videos in the community frowned and said, well, here I love you, Dritz the drag down.
Thank you for the super chat. Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, and Master Roshi at a bar. Just think, remember when we used to be cool? Then Yamcha starts to cry. Because Yamcha was defeated by woman!
DBZ chess. You see, I've been hiding my technique of the queen piece.
This is truly Battleship. But it was, going back to what Naki said, it was just like, Yamcha was on par for Goku for a lot of Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. And now he's just like, I got no chance.
It's become a trope. It's what Dragon Ball does. Other anime do it too. But other anime have done it pretty successfully. And I would say better than Dragon Ball Super. And I think that's super.
What anime? What did they do? How did they do it better? How did Dragon Ball do it worse? These are 4 questions, 4 simple questions that now that you've laid the claim of other things do it better, that you must answer in order to satisfy your point. Otherwise, you could just say anything and it can be refuted by, no, it doesn't. Dragon Ball does it better. And everybody's on equal point then because there's no examples.
Dragon Ball product has to
Geekdom, it is what it is.
It is. Here it is.
Moving on.
This is better and this doesn't feel right. Like and subscribe. Shirt, y'all. Get the shirt.
A Dragon Ball product has to slow things down, hire a better storyboard editor, or try to have Toriyama storyboard a few fights just for
Slow what down? The Tournament of Power is like 40 episodes. Goku Black was like 25 episodes! Name something that's too fast. Was the Hit fight too fast? Was the Goku Black fights too fast? What's too fast?
What needs to be slowed down?
What's an example of poor storyboarding?
Does he believe that everything we've gotten out of Super right now should have been an additional 40 episodes? Stretch everything out.
What
to near its breaking
Hope
point.
Says, look through Dragon Ball Chapter 8 and see Yamcha put hands on Goku.
Put hands on him!
DENJIO4 says, Black Frieza on a black shirt? Cancelled. Ban. Please say ban.
ban.
Gone.
Forever. Examples, what are those?
Man, it's the simplest thing. Especially, I keep saying this, he's been doing this for so long. He's one of the top Dragon Ball people in the community. And he can't explain himself in a reasonable manner. The Muff shows DBZ fight sound effects and doesn't show any from Super. That's the most basic thing that you should do. Listen to these. Listen to these. Listen to these, how these sound bassier, more meatier. The crackling of the lightning, the energy. Listen to how these sound kind of tinny and weak and slow and quiet. Something more than nothing.
What is wrong with Goku's arm? Yeah, his right arm looking goofy there. Looking a little crazy there.
To make it feel like it used to. I think sometimes Toyotaro gets close to getting there, but he's not quite there. Toriyama is a special artist, and
Dragon Ball chess moves, if you kill my king, I get to revive all my pieces, and if you beat me again, I pull out a gun.
Legitimately. People opening their mouths and vomiting up whole freaking triple kings.
Daw explaining geekdom points in extra detail.
In extra detail? What?
Explain yourself, you baby!
I was waiting for somebody.
What makes Toriyama special?
And what ways is Toyotaro mimicking that, but not quite being there?
What do you mean by this? You have another minute to explain this. 50 seconds, but still.
I think that's a big problem that I noticed when rewatching Dragon Ball Super in comparison to the old series. And I do hope
nobody's listening to you cuck!
Future, this can be fixed. However, I don't see it happening because Toriyama's never going back to writing a full-time weekly manga again. He's wealthy, he's semi-retired, he's not going to do it. But maybe somebody else can step in and really do a good job. Let's hope so. That's my list. I hope you liked it. Let me know yours down below. I'll talk to you in the future. Take care of yourself.
Horrendous.
I can't believe the lack of explaining he did in that video. What are the comments speaking about?
You know what they're speaking about.
Dude, how
can they
They're just
speak about
gonna be
it?
talking about the ways that Dragon Ball Z are better, and then there's gonna be some people that's going Dragon Ball Super is better. You can put it in on the screen.
Hold on, because like I said, I am truly in the middle of a ink draft right now.
Goodness gracious. You see that? He's denying y'all content.
Never said that, never once did.
Maybe someone else would do it better. I don't know. How could they do it
Hi,
better? Well,
Zaldana
maybe
says,
somebody could.
I can propose a video. How shipping ruined Uraraka from sarcastic chorus. It will be interesting.
Ooh. I will take a look at that and potentially add it to the list.
Oh yeah, that's a Hall of Fame, by the way.
Man. How can he say nothing for 11 minutes?
Legitimately 11 minutes.
All this stuff that applies to Dragon Ball Super, well, it kind of applies to this, but 30 minutes, my goodness.
Cotton Candy Hope says, you just mad cause your ass is old. Old motherfucker. The first thing y'all do is just pick up the phone. Snitch. Lethal interjection living next to y'all home. Motherfucking grandpa. Old and it's on.
Old and it's on. That was terrible. It gave me a headache. When you're Geekdom and old guard for Dragon Ball YouTube, what do you need to do? Like, it's you can do whatever you want. I'm finished.
Cameron
Good on
Bailey
you.
says, I just like to say Trunks and Godin works better. Now, what relationship you want them to be is up to you, but that is way better than the My BS we're getting.
They need to stop with the My stuff, legitimately. Description on this one. We're talking about My Hero Academia is underrated by Oceaniz. The main reason we picked this video is because Oceaniz has turned a hard corner, so I want to see what he was talking about.
This is just like Dark last week, but Dragon Ball.
Truly. Just explain. It's the easiest.
It's so easy. I'm so sick of these YouTubers just not. When you can, and it's the easy. I just did the sound effects thing. That's how easy it is. And I don't even know if that's correct. But you could just find some sound effects to make it correct. Don't just say the music is better, it feels more iconic. That means jack. So, Oceaniz, all it says is, yes, you read right, fight me. That's his.
Cool.
He got Patreon and Twitter and all that other good stuff. Now, at the very least, we know that Oceaniz will say something. Mm-hmm. It won't necessarily be good. We're probably going to get hit with the capital T themes.
Of course.
But, like you said, this is all just mostly about the comedy of how...
how much he turned around on it in just 2 to 3 short years.
Whoa there, buddy pal. Hold.
That's what this deserves. That's exactly what this deserves. Because this is comedy.
I disagree.
This is the humor that we're here for. Please clap.
Your horses. Before.
What was that Uraraka video? We might want to... Let's get that whole intro again.
There's nothing worse than the sort of try-hard, forced comedy.
Yes.
And it just falls flat.
Yes.
And we just gotta sit here with it.
Yeah. It's why we...
Turn it off!
It's why we got rid of comedy in
Soul
Bad
says,
Movie Day.
Is this fair? He already turned. But everyone is turning it a lot crazy, because no one thought I would go so downhill.
It's fair in that he still put it out. He believed this at the time.
Yes.
And whatever that time was, I want to see what
Let's
he
go
said.
to the Uraraka video.
Shut up.
Blaze Ryder says, Ocean's gonna look back on this and think to himself, what the fuck was I cooking?
What was I cooking?
What was I cooking?
Oh, hell no.
Muffin just went nuts in the kitchen. Been boiling up ham, ice cream. Just like, yeah. Uh-oh.
Whoa there, buddy pal. Hold your horses. Before you crucify me for that there title.
Y'all,
He says,
I don't know.
He was cooking meth.
I don't know at this point. Gordon Ramsay would be disappointed. Please give me point, sweet man.
How about
when was this video made in relation to his channel? He had been doing this for a while. There it is. This is maybe his 20th video.
Oh yeah, that's more than enough time.
Watching the video first. If you still think I'm a poopy head after all that, you may tell me so in the comments. So, My Hero Academia. Worldwide hit, currently racing the likes of Haikyuu and Promise Never...
Hey, worldwide hit underrated.
Worldwide hit underneath these two insanely popular things. Now, he may be arguing aspects of My Hero is underrated. People will only talk about the fights when they should be talking about this thing. The
Bakugo.
themes. The Bakugo.
Land for the top spots of Shonen Jump alongside One Piece. Selling bucket loads, getting the awards, the money, the attention, and being omnipresent in the modern shonen discussion. So how the fuck dare...
Cotton Candy
This
Hope says,
is-
please let me have the big sleep.
The big sleep. This is not funny.
It's not.
So
Yo,
how
BG,
the
can I
fuck...
get 10K stocks? I'm selling.
No. Dude, I'm telling you, if I was better at programming, I would build a plugin for us to have stocks and people could buy in and sell their stocks.
That would go very poorly, very fast.
So how the fuck dare I say that this juggernaut is underrated? Well, here's the thing. Underrated...
Y'all, I can't.
I would rather not. It's not
This
that I
is
can't.
impossible.
I'd rather not.
12 and a half minutes of the thing.
That's comedy.
Carlo Alemo says, Deku, Shigaraki High will saved you. The last MHA fan, Deku is not going to forgive Shigaraki, he just wants to understood High.
Nah, he's gonna forgive.
Nope. It's gonna be that reaching out of the hand.
Is he about to explain what underrated is? Oh, you best believe it.
Please don't.
Detrex 525 says, since he said poopy head earlier, I though this wouldn't have any cussing only to be proven wrong 10 seconds later.
does not exclusively mean that a property or thing is generally not as recognized as it maybe deserves. While that is one application of the word, it can also be used to refer to the general unawareness of the larger community regarding specific aspects and parts of a property, even if it, as a whole, is very positively regarded. And that...
The minutia within the chapters, within the series, is what he's looking at as opposed to the thing as a whole. The themes are underrated.
No, thank you.
Neo Arcadia says, how about we just skip to that Why Gaming Sucks video we were trying to watch but found the wrong one. The one Esmond reacted to.
We'll get to that one
We'll
someday.
get to it.
That is what I want to talk about today. I'm not saying MHA is not as successful as it should be. It's exactly as successful as it should be. I am saying that
Mark
a lot
Munt
of the
says, make this a tap stream then. That way you guys won't have to sit for 12 minutes because BG will tap way before then. Hashtag DASTOCKSGOINGUP.
His stocks do not go up.
Slightly up.
aspects that make it as good as it is fly under people's radars. You know what I'm talking about. When this little manga does anything even remotely worrying or subpar, everyone and their mom takes to Twitter to express how the manga is dying and Horikoshi has fumbled. However, when the manga
Hemst.
What?
Hemst is now themst.
Who said? Who? No, there will always be people who are overreactive like that. Mm-hmm. But if they just go, I didn't like this chapter, it's ruined, you don't listen to them. But if they go, this is emblematic of a rising issue of the stakes being taken away.
Leo
That's
Luster
something
says,
to listen to.
is that Stalin?
Could be. I mean, are they wrong? Yeah, were they wrong? You trying to see what chapter? Yep.
Go ahead.
Example, sir, please, I beg you. When were those moments?
Who are these people? Anything more than nothing.
That does look like Stalin, though.
However, when the manga has good or even brilliant chapters or developments, everyone is silent.
That's
can't
a
be
fucking
serious.
lie.
Andy Hope says, then name the fucking video more appropriately than you chod. MHA is even better than you think. It's not that hard to title videos correctly, you trash ass bum.
Yes, that would be very easy to do so. But it's so odd because one of the people I follow on The List Exists is a big My Hero fan, and they constantly were just like, oh my god, My Hero is goated, blah, 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 blah. Like, people were speaking big about My Hero. What is he talking about?
So this was chapter 220.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember this chapter at all. It's a bunch of... It's the villain.
Chris the Chilled says, give me some goddamn examples.
Is it the My Villain arc?
It might be the beginning. I'm going to look at like 215 a little bit earlier to see.
Actually, remember when everyone on Twitter was mad at My Hero Academia and now no one cares? It's... Dude, they were a mad My Hero Academia fan.
They had just finished the class...
Interclass.
Yeah, the interclass thing.
Yep, gotcha. See you later, Worf.
Hell, even the hardcore fanbase manages to sometimes completely ignore huge aspects of what makes an arc, a chapter, or a moment great. When you ask someone...
Cotton Candy Hope
is he gonna
says,
be talking about
that
Jensen?
Dragon Ball shit got me all up in my female emotional, and it's all gonna transfer onto this shit-ass troglodyte bum.
All of it, my female emotional. Yes, there will always be people who don't praise the things that you want to be praised.
Yes.
So they're going to be like, wow, this Bakugo moment is great because Bakugo is awesome. And then you're like, well, no, this moment was great because Bakugo, it shows the change and the growth of blah, blah, blah. There's always going to be people like that. It's not the My Hero fan base. It's just people. There are things that I need to go back and think on.
why they like it, often the answer will revolve around hype, or animation, or superpowers are cool. And while those are certainly factors that make it good, I can't help but feel that this is a somewhat limited outlook that ignores a vast amount of aspects that makes the series work. So, allow me, certified internet dickbag, to go through a few parts of My Hero Academia's manga and explain why I think that those are somewhat underrated and would deserve a lot more appreciation.
Pause. This deserves the clown music because the world building is one of the worst aspects of it.
Yeah, even back then, I don't know what he was talking about.
It's the stuff that you see on the surface of, oh, are heroes the good guys? Are they doing it for the right reasons and all that?
Yeah.
That's the surface level stuff of just, that's what they're putting out. But this world would not be able to function. That's what you need to think about. When somebody like Mount Lady could go into a McDonald's and kill everybody in there within a second.
Yeah, just by expanding.
And there's no regulations to stop that. There's nothing to stop that. If she could go on a full-on rampage and destroy almost all the city before she could be stopped, Kamui Wood isn't
Cotton
stopping
Candy
her.
says, no, how the fuck did you pick the worst thing?
This video is horrible.
He starts off with one of the worst things. Get ready for this bush on the surface. It's going to be essentially read the Stain chapters and you're going to hear what his praises are.
As one of the major online buzzwords, I'm sure you've heard the term world building before, probably in combination with One Piece. But what does it mean? Well, what it doesn't mean
Creative
is a purely...
username says, over under examples given 3.5, take your bets.
I trust Oceaniz to give examples.
Over 3. I'm going to say 5.
I trust him.
I should have put that as a bet. Well, we're going to start implementing those types of bets. How many examples over and under? There's going to be no tapping. We're going to get through this.
map-like
Not to be
description.
that guy, but My Hero takes place in Japan, and I think people forget that, but I do agree. Yeah, it's not about the entirety of the world with the world building, but that is an aspect of it. But it's just how the society would just not function. It's just about the society not taking care of people whose powers entail a mental illness like Toga. They just throw her away. It's the fact that Shigaraki could just, as a child, be allowed to just walk the street as a homeless and not a single hero be doing anything. And there's no reason given as to why. That's the whole thing. But then once you get into the world stuff, because at a certain point I was just like, I had to think about it. It's like, is My Hero is All Might the number one in the world or in just Japan? I had to think about that once they were doing the hero ranking stuff. And I'm like, is he? We don't know.
The world of the story. World building isn't just here mountain, here river, here evil empire. While this sort of location establishment is absolutely a part of it, there's a lot more to it than that. World building refers to the creation and maintenance of a spatial, societal, and temporal context within which the story takes place in. So,
why are you using your own definition for this? I specifically remember this part from an auction stream.
It's fine.
Why are you using your own?
We know it's fine.
So, essentially, it's the setting and backdrop for the plot and narrative. And there seems to be this misconception that if a story takes place in our world, it automatically has bad world building because it cannot build new and interesting locations. Which is also said about MHA quite often. And this is nonsense.
Again,
Cotton Candy Hope says, world building means stars and stripes. Number 1 in the US can just rock up at the 11 hour and take 5 chapters to lie to us that anyone other than Deku is gonna be at the big bad.
She was the biggest and the strongest. We never heard about her or mentioned her, but she always was. Oh, she's dead. Whoops.
The big sleep.
But again, I don't think that I've ever seen anybody saying the world building of My Hero is bad because it takes place in a fictionalized
Nami the
version
Goat
of
says,
our world.
can we get Swole Body? At least he is funny and his JoJo videos are great.
I don't think Swole Body is putting out too much content now.
We're not doing Swole Gang.
Yes, the spatial world building might not be as important in it as it might be in something like One Piece, but there still is a lot of work done in the more societal aspects of it. MHA doesn't just plop superpowers into today's world and roll with it.
They absolutely do. Because a kindergarten teacher is like, oh, thank goodness I get a day off. And a muff is shooting cannons out of his mouth. How do you stop a kid from blowing off another kid's head when he gets his pencil stolen? How do you not have people being bullied and murdered?
Yeah, how is it not the equivalent of a school shooting for a kid with superpowers?
Because they just can't control it. Somebody like Bird Boy, Tokoyami, his shadow, if it's dark, it can't be controlled. So now he has to be in sunlight all the time or in lights or something. Otherwise, it freaks out and it may harm people. The harm that can be done to children as they're sitting in the same classroom is astronomical when they can't control their powers. Endeavor, his child was just like, you can't use your powers, otherwise it will burn your skin to a crisp. And he was allowed to just take him in the woods and train him to death.
We don't even know of like 3 heroes from other countries. What world building?
You can't say it's good when you just have to think about it like that. That's just purely how it will work. And again, any villain
Cameron
or
Bailey
whatever
says,
can walk into
I
any
mean, we have to
building.
look at
Jesus
Japanese
Christ,
laws because
Isaiah!
most fans look at it through an American lens.
I made angry videos and the community frowned and said, we hereby dub you Dritz the Drag Down.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Please say something. Please. Thank.
Kai says,
Again.
Super Robot exists but no one uses them. Why?
Cause shut up.
I mean, we have to look at it Japanese laws to see, because most fans look at it through an American lens. Even if you look at it through Japanese laws, like, these are societal issues, period.
Yeah. I'm not looking at it like marijuana gets 5 years over here and 3 years over there. I'm looking at it simply as any villain can, with fire powers, can walk into any building, fire up, circle around, and just kill everybody, and there's nothing to stop them from doing that. And they can kill so many people before they would be feasibly stopped. And there's just nothing to that.
There are tangible and realistic consequences and effects of such a major change in...
I know this is later, but somebody like Gentle, who did minor crimes at best, and who was going to infiltrate the school and do essentially nothing, he gets sent to a place with murderers.
Yeah, Supermax.
Supermax prison. He should be in mid to minimal level, but when they were getting broken out, they're like, yeah, I can't wait to kill again. It's like, excuse me? He shouldn't be in here with them. It just seems like it's just centralized. You got powers, you go over there.
Yeah. No, there's one big prison for superpowered
And
people.
how do you regulate the people with powers in prison? They were just robots that as soon as there was a prison break, they were mowing through them boys.
They also had, I want to say, power dampeners?
Something like that.
For each cell had a specific one. Or am I thinking like X-Men?
Society. Protests and philosophical problems humanity found themselves in after the emergence of quirks. Different interpretations on how that emergence happened. Zealous ideological groups, or even just quirk counseling
Cotton
programs
Candy
for
Hope
preschooler.
says, like I get Japan people are less awful than US in some ways, but Japan has massive problems. Now you gonna add brainwashing and blood control and taking people's likeness and stars and stripes loss.
Yeah. Hey, when do we see these things?
We get told about it. We get told about, I wonder how quirks were manifested. Oh well, I don't remember anything about this. This is just here. Now, is it an aspect of world building? Absolutely. Because they are here. They are this little sect. But
and
if
it
doesn't,
is informing the things that happen within the world. But we don't see this stuff. It's like, it'd be no different than spending a chapter with Deku reading a book like, here's all the racism that has happened and all the stuff and blah, blah, blah.
That would have been better than what we got.
Understandable. But like, that's essentially the same type of world building. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you the things that happened through the lens of a book. Here's one chapter of our world building.
Yeah.
Okay, and now do we have good world building?
Yeah, what did it say about the world building now that you've done that? Det said that there are...
Andy B3 says, we get told about mutant genocide by Pigman.
In Pigman, rocking up going, Pigman here, ready to change the world.
Hey.
No, Pigman.
I caught up. Oh, boy.
Deterex 525 says, one panel of racism, that's all you get before we front-loaded 200 chapters later.
It was always here, y'all. We never left.
It's just like the people that, with Ayamo, he's looking down on the spine of the book while everybody else is looking forward or up. And I'm like, well, this person's looking down.
No.
All right, cool.
These are all indications and logical elaborations on the concept of superpowers appearing. Horikoshi very clearly invested a lot of time to make sure that there are realistic after effects of such a massive shift in the world.
No, he didn't. Because again, what are the clothes situations for somebody like Amina that can goo through her shirt?
Mm-hmm. Bakugo's sweat explodes. How do you function as a parent when your 6-year-old gets mad and blows through his shirts?
Well, this is too much in the background for you. How about the Stain arc and the influence of All Might's disappearance? The involuntary discrimination against seemingly villainous quirks like Shinso's brainwashing? The natural unfairness of quirk distribution and the resulting issues people face?
It's not unfairness. It's something like 7% of people don't have quirks.
It's genetics. How is it unfair when we got one guy who could just detach his eyeballs?
I don't see how it's unfair that somebody in our world can jump higher than me.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not unfair. Whatever. If you want to consider it to be unfair, I guess. If you're just like, well, why isn't everybody
Cotton Candy Hope
100%
says,
equal? Because they ain't.
yeah, his sweat explodes, but only on his hands somehow.
that makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
While living with them. This is all part of world building because it establishes a dynamic and complex setting in which a story can take place and the various narrative beats of the story can echo through. And while some of it is a bit hidden, I consider MHA's
What narrative beats that echo through? What does this say about the story as a whole that villainous quirks are looked down
Silverheart Soul
upon?
says, okay, just thought about this. If over 90% of people are born with a quirk, to the point that next generation everyone will have one, why did the super prison have cop with the best quirks?
They couldn't. They had no time for that. We gotta get the normies.
Nah, we just gotta get people with guns and power dampeners.
These are superpowers. Why do they need realism? Realism is more fun to people. They make it feel more grounded in a fantasy. I don't know why, but people love that.
But yeah, just nothing is really done with the whole villainous quirk discrimination thing. It's just there. it's fine world building stuff, but is it to be praised when it's just something that's there when there's other big problems in the background that are not being addressed?
World building to be incredibly strong, precisely because it doesn't just focus on locations and places. But
I'm sorry, what?
And while some of it is a bit hidden, I consider MHA's world building to be incredibly
Hi
strong.
Zaldonix says, powerless or Lego head. I choose powerless.
Yeah, Lego head. It's just like, nah, I'd rather have
spray bottle,
nothing,
man.
if I'm being honest. Yeah. Hey, I'm literally just a pig.
Can I please not have quirk?
Can we talk about that? Hey, she can affect reality. I'm a pig. I got a spray bottle head and long fingies.
I consider MHA's world building to be incredibly strong, precisely because it doesn't just focus on locations and places.
But what?
Notera says, have one scene of Tomoyami going back to his desk and it being full of birdseed or Koda getting
Dude, it'd be
almost
amazing.
Nothing for mutant racism.
That would be amazing. But what world
Maria
building
Neri
only?
says, a baby got a quirk one day and apparently that was generations ago, so that means that kid or his kids got a lot of different quirks and just spread so far and wide now only 20% are norma.
Yeah, and even then, it's weird because a person or two people can have a quirk and their kid cannot have a quirk. Like with Deku.
Or it can mix, or they can just have the one quirk like with the Todoroki family.
So, what type of world building only focuses on locations? Because
what's the praise here?
Yeah, because he said I think it's stronger that it doesn't just focus on location. But what does just focus on location?
I'm just thinking about that bird seed thing.
Dude, that would be fire!
Thing. Just seeing animal dude just alone talking to animals just because he's some big dumb square-headed weirdo, which he is. I'm discriminating against him. I don't care. I'd bully him.
But rather opts to properly examine the societal and personal consequences of something as fantastical as superpowers. While Horikoshi might not...
This is how the world would react to Superman argument.
I think you might have said that.
I think I might have said that.
Spend a lot of time on establishing that there is this location and that place. There's a lot of little bits and pieces hinting towards a larger societal issue. People face discrimination, they face racism, they face problems in their daily lives as a
in their daily lives? Who? Who are you talking about? What's the larger societal problem back then, right after the interclass fight thing, that was being addressed? That speaks to something larger.
This is no different than like the cyberpunk genre where even though we've got all these fantastical new designs and machines, society's still a piece of like Blade Runner. It's no different than the zombie, which just shows people what they truly are. This is nothing special, dude, and it's not even that good.
But it's here.
But it's here. Point. Yes, we should have more of that.
Not just having it.
We shouldn't just okay, so villainous quirks can get discriminated against. But we don't see nothing like that pigman.
Nothing.
Are tied into the plot. And that, my friends, is called good world building.
And we're done. World building is done, y'all. We're off to villains. Looking up Pigman?
No.
What? Why not?
It's literally just...
Cotton Candy Hope says, fuck you, tell don't show.
Tell don't show.
It's baffling to me how many people will say MHA only has one good villain, usually listing either goofy. Stain or Overhaul.
Overhaul was a horrible villain!
He wasn't great. I wouldn't say horrible.
He was a horrible villain!
He seems like a low-rate Shigaraki. That's just his biggest thing. I don't remember almost anything about him other than the first meeting where he just goes, come on, Eri, or else. And then Deku and Lemillion just go, that's really all I remember about him. But, again, I would like to see a forum post, a Reddit post, something saying this. Something that because you're combating this mindset. But we're not seeing that mindset. 1 or 2 or 3 people, that would be enough to be like, yo, people are saying this.
Others will even claim that the story has exactly 0 good villains. This again shows that there is a bit of a tendency to ignore or look over the many merits of Horikoshi's writing. While Stain and Overhaul are both great, as they both offer disturbing perspectives on both the fanatical idealism and pragmatic cruelty that can grow in such an unfair societal structure, they are by
Boy, he was mega blowing it. Oh my god. He was omega blowing
You
it.
seem to be quite the big fan of My Hero back here.
far not the only good enemies within the story. For example, while not exactly a villain and more of an antagonist, Gentle works very similar to Stain and Overall, highlighting a specific issue of society. In Gentle's case, he is representative of the mediocre, the unsuccessful.
I don't care about that. I don't care about what he represents. I care about what he is and what he does. Don't look at what he represents, because what if somebody goes, well, he represents somebody trying their best to do something and failing and then having to go down another route? What if they say he represents that? Who's right? Who's wrong? But you know what he did do? He said,
yes,
LaBrava, turn on the camera.
Criminal.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, Gentle is about the closest thing to, I mean, a top tier villain. But he's really just
Ice
a hero
Phoenix
that's a
says,
villain.
This man is deep-throating MHA.
Deep throating. Wait, you guys think Overhaul's bad? Thank you guys. You're the first that didn't overhype him and wish he was the main villain. Overhaul was cruel.
Yeah.
He was cruel to Eri. He had a plan to take down heroes by taking away their powers. Beyond that, nothing.
I don't remember anything, and that's not a mark of a good villain.
Gentle and LaBrava are the best characters in My Hero.
All you need is him marking up his eyes. That's
Cotton
it.
Candy Hope says,
Legitimately!
he represents even a person that can write a 10 on 10 can write 2s all over the place.
That's what he represents. The floundering of Horikoshi, just going fumble. Oh, well, that's just on the ground forever now. It's in cake that landed face down. It's like, there's no salvaging this.
How can anybody see that we really are a perfect pair once he marks up his eye as anything less than amazing character storytelling? Amazing!
Nothing about what he represents. It's about that moment. If it's about what he represents, the mediocrity, what does it say about LaBrava, where she's just sort of discriminated against because she's small and weird looking and her quirk is weird? That has nothing to do with the mediocrity.
Corey, I cannot tell you why there's this many people here.
It's fine.
We have never broken 60 viewers before
it's my
today.
hero. It's fun.
It's Dragon Ball. It's My Hero. How many points is TTS? TTS is 1,000 moon points.
You gain moon points just by being here and talking and just being here.
Yep. Members get more. You get some for super chatting or tipping as well if you want to do that.
There's also moon drops.
And there's also moon drops with anybody. And there's the ability for people that have a lot of moon points just to give them to other people.
Average man in a world filled with the extraordinary. By no means a boring or unimaginable.
He's not an average man! He's an amazing man! He's busted if you think
Jet
about
Black
it.
J says, he's an alchemist. His own weight has been thrown into the trash wholesome. I shaved, then I brought a high school girl home wholesome. Marriage toxin amazing. Also, can we skip this bum and sleep?
You can skip anybody and sleep!
Nah, but it was boring. Deku didn't use all for 1,888,000,000,000%.
And that's what matters. I already am reading. I shaved, then I brought a high school girl home. Jay, if you haven't read We're New at This about the newlywed couple, God, please read it. You want to talk about wholesome shit? That might be one of my favorite mangas so far that I've read recently. I don't steal points. I give points through so many moon drops.
There's also the thievery.
There's no thievery. You can also do Simon Says. When Simon pops up, you can say the word first. You'll get 500 moon points through that.
Imaginative concept, I'd say at least. Or take characters like Twice and Spinner, who both became...
What can he possibly say about Spinner?
He's a weirdo. He idolized Stain. What can he say about...
What? Uzaki-chan is this... what could he possibly say about Stain? Yeah, Twice is greatness. Twice was always great. Twice and Toga were always great.
But Spinner?
Nami the Goat says, Scammer BG back at it again. DA would never scam, but he is a simp though.
You take the good with the bad.
Became villains after suffering at the hands of a seemingly utopian society. These are all very nuanced and very underappreciated.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? Hold on.
Take characters like Twice and Spinner, who both became villains after suffering at the hands of a seemingly utopian society. These are all very nuanced and...
Why were they meant to suffer if it's a seemingly utopian society? What is about the underworld?
What makes it utopian?
What the heroes are here.
But there's villains too.
Yes, there are.
There's always been villains. So what's the utopian?
There has to be somebody with the ability to look into people's minds and just go, oh, that muff is crazy. Let's go help him. Something other than nothing. There's no reason given as to why they weren't given professional mental help when they so desperately needed it. Or why this muff just simply didn't move out of the place that he was discriminated against, because it was said that only in the rural areas, that's where the racism is. But
except
the cities
when the
are
city.
cool.
Except when it's in the city
Except
too.
for when it's in the city as well. But
as nuanced as herpes.
it's just in your face, just slangling and dangling.
I think the utopians are the big cities you always see in any anime that represents Japan. But it's not even utopian, because even the first time we see the big city is getting attacked by 2 separate villains.
And also, Shigaraki was made to just walk the streets an urchin. Man, you do that nowadays. See some scruffy kid walking down the street in whatever downtown you are. People will be all over them trying to help.
Yeah, there would be cops flooding the streets looking for their parents.
Even if they're mad, creepy, and covered in blood and whatever it is. People would be there to help. Why were they not here?
All for One is a bad character. Like, what instead of being this pure evil monster, he tried to work the people. If you side with me, I'll take the wicked quirk and give them to the weak. JAT.
Yes, he could legitimately do who doesn't want their quirk and who would like this type of quirk.
But could you take a pig man? Would the pig man, or is that so ingrained in his genetics that he is just a pig now?
It's a great manga, Jay. I love it.
And very underappreciated characters.
But what makes them underappreciated? Because they were forced to be villains because of the utopian society that essentially turned their backs on them. Why is that an underappreciation of those characters?
What makes them underappreciated?
But probably the most consistently underrated villains are All for One and Shigaraki.
Was that Naki precog in this argument? Just like, All for One sucks. Y'all, he sucks.
He sucks.
All for One sucks. Shiggy, I got tired of him real quick. All for One, his plans are all just so stupid.
Yeah.
Just, actually, we really do need new order. That's the key to everything. We need her. Why did you go get her?
At any time.
At any time.
Yeah, why did you need her to come to you?
Why do you get a kid who has no kind of spy abilities to be the spy of UA? When you've got All Might lurking the halls.
Because he's bland, the latter because he's incompetent. These are especially interesting because, well, that's kind of the point of these characters.
Mwah, mwah. It's the point. He sucks, and that's the point, y'all.
I will accept the point of Shigaraki as his incompetence. He's a kid in a grown man's body. He has to. I will
grow
accept
into that big villain role.
Yes, I will 100% accept he is currently incompetent and he's just learning to be competent. And we see it throughout the story, or not throughout the story, but early on in the story of him gaining competency and becoming more of a leader to these people. Bland as the point is not hitting.
I don't even think that he's necessarily bland.
Oh, I do.
There's points where there's points where he's really, really good. Like with the All Might fight where he just goes, I think I'll use 6 strength quirks, a springy elbow, and this and this. Something like that is good. Where he's just like, I've got so many quirks, I could just use 8 strength quirks. It don't matter.
But that's just more like a calm, cool guy standoffish type of thing.
It's a cocky thing.
But it's bland. Like, it's not. He doesn't even do anything with his cockiness. Like, Usopp is cocky.
Mm-hmm. But he goes through with it. He does the strength.
He does do the thing. But okay, he follows through with his cockiness. Like,
yeah,
I think he's bland. I would agree.
All for One is, like All Might, a relic of a past age, a symbol of a time.
But All Might's good.
Again, this is what he represents, not what he is, not what he's done. Not who he is, but what he represents. And what he represents is that bygone era. No, it is an error. This whole video is an error.
When villainy was plain, straightforward, simple. For him then to be equally as simply evil, or as some people call it bland, makes perfect sense for his position in the story, as he's meant to juxtapose with his younger generation of villainy, where a lot of the motivations for villainous behavior have become a lot more complex.
Pause.
And
so it's fine that he's a bland villain, because in his era, it's cool to just be a villain to just be a villain. So that's fine. Again, I don't care about what he represents. It is what it is. And it sucks that he's just some dude that just like, mwahaha. At this point, later it's just like, I'll be the monopoly for all the quirks. But at this point, it's just mwahaha. I don't like that. There has to be more, but there's simply not up until this point. And I don't care what he represents.
I think it needs capitalization, Corey.
Blandness isn't really a problem because he isn't the main villain of the story. He's only there to bookend All Might's story. As for his pupil,
So, it's fine that I don't care. He's fine because he's not the main character, the main villain. It's fine that he's
I'm allowed
bland.
to be shit because I'm old.
This is literally, I know it sucks and it's super lame, but that's like the point, man. Yes, it is. What did he just say before going on to Shiggy?
And his blandness isn't really a problem because he isn't the main villain of the story.
He isn't the main villain of the story. So any side villain could just be bland and boring. It's fine because they're not the main villain.
So it would have been fine, all those Part 5 villains, if 8 of them were bland, as long as they weren't King Crimson.
It'd be fine if Stain was bland. Come on with this. He's basically Satan. And it's like, he's just evil. We can't be expected to do more than that. He's from a bygone era. So he doesn't want for anything. No, he's just evil for the sake of being evil. Cool. Great character. Underrated. Y'all don't understand. He's bland because he sucks. Get it?
All Might's story. As for his pupil Shigaraki, yes, he's incompetent when we first meet him. A bumbling idiot, he seems more like an enemy of the weak rather than a main antagonist. However, the brilliant thing here is that his incompetency is actively worked into his character and his journey. The first time he appears, he has no real goals.
It wasn't...
I don't remember his incompetency that he's speaking of, and he didn't show any examples.
Yeah, I think the first time we really even see him is with
Hi
the
Zaldonix
assault
says,
on...
is the point and the point suck.
It's the point, but the point sucks. That's what he's not understanding. It's not just the fact that it's the point. You got to make something good with the point. It's not just the point that it has world building. It has to have good world building.
Oh, Andy won the jackpot. 44,000 moon points. Oh, y'all bums trying y'all best to get that jackpot. Look at y'all bums now. Hurt. Check Discord?
What we got in the Discord?
Yeah, I should have had this up anyway, since we're going to be hearing all these
I mean, it takes 2 seconds for you to open it up. Oh no, it's me bullying and Among Us.
This is a DA thing, y'all.
Does suck.
I have no parts in this.
This is appropriate bullying. He sucks. I like how I don't have a quirk. I'm just bullying this dude with a quirk.
Because you suck.
He's so kind and nice, but it's just like, nah, you ugly. Slowly rising. Thank you for bullying ugly people.
Is that what you want to be known for?
You know
hey,
what?
BG Stocks would never.
Suck my dick. That's my request to you. No, that's not what I'm saying to him.
You suck my...
Chris the Chink says, don't forget Spay Bottle Dude. Anko
Spray
says,
Bottle is
"DA,
crazy.
you so mean."
You so mean, DA.
He deserves it. He looks different.
No strategy, no motivations. He's just comically evil.
No, he had a strategy. He invaded the UA.
Yeah, that's why I would want to hear the examples.
But where it gets interesting is that he, unlike many other villains, is meant to evolve and to grow, as he has the frightening ability to look at his failures and learn from them.
What other villains are you talking about? Vegeta grew. Mm-hmm. Frieza grew. Who are you talking about?
He knows who he's talking about, and that's what matters.
So, when he later manages to convince the public that his organization is affiliated with the iconic and charismatic
Cameron
hero
Bailey
killer
says,
Stain,
people pay more attention to him being a man-child as incompetent.
Yeah, he's more of a man child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a special trait, Mr. Ocean. Ooh, scary learning from your mistakes. Ooh, all villains grow and evolve. Yeah, like, I truly don't understand where he's going with this.
when he stays calm during Bakugo's imprisonment, when he outsmarts Overhaul, when he begins destabilizing society. These all feel impactful because he's slowly working himself up to become a very dangerous enemy. It is rare for a series
Andy
antagonist
B3 says, that nigga Animu just sucks.
It just sucks!
to actively grow and develop
Mark
alongside
Munt says, thank you for bullying ugly people. DA, you have such a way with words.
He did it.
I'll do it again.
I'm with y'all uggos. I am one of these.
Yeah. You want your stocks with the ugly people. Have them.
Do you believe there's more ugly or beautiful people in the world?
That is a hard metric to account for.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
dangerous enemy. It is rare for a series antagonist to actively grow and develop alongside the hero, and that makes it all the more intriguing and satisfying. Think about it. How many main villains in stories start out small and become big, rather than already being a big obstacle? It's rare, and it's...
But he was about to infiltrate all of UA.
Blackbeard.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. But he had the abilities, the Nomu and all that, to infiltrate UA if he had gone about it the right way. He was about to kill Eraserhead. If he had snuck up on in All Might and melted him, he could have done it. He did. He was doing his thing. But yeah, Blackbeard is good.
interesting to see this sort of approach, and Horikoshi does it very...
Blackbeard Garo from
Anika
One Punch
McCletchy
Man,
says,
Dio.
Blackbeard Garo
Pucci.
from One Punch Man Dio Pucci.
Yeah, like, there's several.
Juvia and Gajio grow.
smartly by kinda paralleling Midoriya's growth with Shigaraki.
And you see, again, it's simply that it's being done.
The theme.
It's doing the thing. Not how good the thing is, just doing it.
Keys.
Ooh! this was a big point of his why it sucks now. The planning is all over the place. He just got Black Whip now, y'all. He just got it. Oh, he can just float now. And then they do a flashback to here's how he learned it. Oh, the planning. The planning is a big problem now. You love to see it.
Boy, you love
that
to see
turd is so good.
But by far the most underappreciated aspect of Horikoshi's writing has to be the actual construction of his story.
I thought that was
Way too
three
often do
Ps
people
for a
dismiss
second.
MHA's story as meandering and pointless, when
Who are you talking? It's all so many of these creators is like often people say this. You see a lot of people in the community say this. Who are these people and why would you listen to them? Because this is just a falsity. This sounds like blanket haters, blanket hating.
Yeah, if they even did that. I don't want the snippets of what people say about it's bland and it's
Chris
meandering
the
or
Chilled
whatever.
says,
I want to hear what they say
Mr. Ocean,
about it.
do you know what's going on in Mr. Hirokoshi's mind? Andy B3
He
says,
must.
Waiting on it. Waiting on it. It's coming.
Oceanic finally got a glow up.
Yeah. He had to.
Happy to see it.
Nami the Goat says, what are the 3 Ps go?
Never.
Piss, poop, feet.
really, there are a lot more moving pieces present than some realize. Be it the remnants of the Meta-Human Liberation Army or the traitor plot,
Boy, the meta-human liberation? What?
That's from Destero.
Oh.
Read Destero. Yep.
remnants of the
That's
Meta-Human
my
Liberation.
hero, my villain arc.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. You remember them?
No. And the traitor thing has been talked about quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people? This isn't a thing that's just like, y'all ain't even talk about the traitor thing. People did. People were theorizing all up and down the street. People were just like, did he forget when he didn't bring it up for so long?
Army or the traitor plot,
which Horikoshi didn't forget. That was a fake rumor fabricated by Tumblr. Stop believing everything.
You see the green around.
Yeah,
the
the
fire.
green screen of the
It's
fire.
Not good. It's not good. That's all.
Yeah, you would think he would be a little bit better at Chroma King this out.
Too difficult.
You could do this is probably a low threshold.
It's too difficult. Press play.
No, I did it for
It's
my
too
Whopper
difficult. Press play.
Dude,
It's too difficult.
I
Press
am a crazy man. That Whopper thing got in my head and I went, I must edit this.
Ice Phoenix says, don't you just love it when a character get a power boost but didn't have to work for it multiple times like Deku did like 7 times?
Yeah, that's what's satisfying.
Yeah, just having it. Just having
No,
those powers.
there was definitely a rumor of those types of people where Horikoshi, it didn't happen. No, that was just a dumb rumor. But people still talked about it in the who is the traitor.
Yeah.
Thing you read.
There are many parallel plot lines that have been built up over the years that are all probably going to intersect and escalate in the future.
Pause. Okay, so you're praising for something that is, in your words, probably gonna escalate and intertwine in the future. Is that praiseworthy for something that may happen? Not even something that may happen and be satisfying, but just happen. You gotta remember these things. You don't praise something for that what might happen, regardless of quality. BG is no longer scamming, the people are winning.
For example, Gigantomachia, all for one's enormous bodyguards, may be primarily associated with the League of Villains, but he also influences Kirishima's and Gran Torino's narratives. Or for something much more recent.
They had to be like, oh no, that did happen back then. That's a fabrication. That's just having somebody just being like, oh, he did play into that. It'd be like if...
Anika McCletchy says, my main issue is Horikoshi can't deal with length. Pause MHA lasts like a year instead of maybe 2 or 4, so MHA has no room for build-up or payoff too much
this
one and
all
done.
happened in a year. That's crazy talk.
People just get kind of stronger, just marginally stronger. But it'd be like if Senior Pink was just like, yeah, Nami, I knew your mama. It's like, where's this coming from? it doesn't matter that they're doing it. It's just it's just a random thing that's happening. And
dude,
it doesn't help Mina.
That recent One Piece chapter where Brownbeard's mom, I was just like, holy I mean, not Brownbeard, Whitebeard Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Weevil. God, what a revelation.
In last week's chapter, Horikoshi essentially brought back a character from chapter 1 to be relevant again in chapter 221.
Pause. Sure, absolutely. Was there any hints that he should be relevant?
Nope.
He's just some guy that he brought back and just went, oh yeah, the doctor.
It'd be like bringing back the muck creature that, the muck villain that Bakugo got trapped by.
It's not like if it was something like, he's a spy for All for One, just looking for kids with insanely powerful quirks to keep an eye on, that'd be something.
Or if he was more prevalent throughout the story. Like, All Might's cop friend.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But he's just some guy that he brought back. This means nothing.
I don't scam. The bot does everything
I
on
thought you were
its
about to say
own.
the bot scams.
No. There is no scamming.
I could have swore you were about to say the bot scams.
People just mad they didn't get the jackpot.
Confirming fan theories and creating a logical line between events. It's weird how One Piece gets applauded for this sort of long-term planning, yet when MHA does basically the same thing...
It's not basically the same thing, though. You just brought back a character from chapter 1.
I did.
I did. You didn't...
This isn't...
It wasn't built up. It wasn't any indication that they could be special. Like Shirahoshi, we know she's something special. So if she comes back, it's like, holy it's Shirahoshi. Yeah. Why would I care about this? It'd be like if
And so the power-ups are rushed because literally 2 seconds are passing. It doesn't feel like the power-ups are built by time and cultivation. It just keeps happening. Build up, guys, build up.
Yep.
It'd be like if Maki or Mako, whatever her name is from chapter 1, in Luffy's village, if she just became somebody prominent for Blackbeard. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the
yeah.
I wouldn't praise that.
But something like Black Clover, spoilers for that, I know what happens with Sister Lily. It's like, oh, she's been here the whole time throughout. So that makes it more sense instead of just some guy coming back. This isn't praiseworthy. This isn't a revelation. It's just, oh, it's that guy.
Creative username says, Poke, can you give main 4500 points? You ate my warm Italian donuts at Olive Garden.
No, you offered those donuts to everybody, Corey.
Willingly.
Willingly offered them to everybody, Corey.
Barely anyone mentions it. I don't know how to break it to you, but all of this is indicative of a very meticulous and well-realized writing process.
No, that's not well realized. He took a character from chapter 1 and brought him back. That's it. If the doctor was shown a bunch, if he was shown telling a lot of kids that, if he was the doctor of UA alongside Recovery Girl.
If we had seen him going, you don't have a quirk, and then just sort of scribbling something on a notepad.
Anything.
I looked up My Hero Academia foreshadowing in Reddit, and there's so many people talking about foreshadowing. Who is he talking? What is he looking at where he's going, people are saying that all this stuff is sucky, and nobody's talking about this aspect?
Is he just talking about that My Hero is not getting the same amount of people analyzing it as a One Piece?
That could be it. Or they're just not analyzing the things that he thinks should be analyzed.
I didn't remember who he was when he was brought back.
Or, if you want the buzzword for it, good writing.
It's not good writing, dude. You just brought a character back that has shown no relevancy in the story.
I'm still waiting for Axe-Hand Morgan to come back as someone OP as hell.
Oh, he's coming.
Where's Don Krieg?
Oh, but we do have Django. He's chilling around.
Horikoshi very clear.
Did that?
Yes, he made a mistake.
Horikoshi very clearly planned a lot of this out and has managed to create a story that touches on a lot of ideas.
What indicates that he planned that out and he wasn't just like the doctor from chapter 1? I'm gonna bring him back. Now, if by the end of the story the doctor had some form of relevancy in telling Deku he didn't have a quirk but he actually did, that'd be different. If it was the type of quirk that gives all for one problems.
Yeah. Or if it was one of those things that has a activation that needs to happen. Like the first user, he had a stockpiling quirk, but you can't really tell that. Mm-hmm. This could just be like something upon death. Oh, no! I wouldn't hurt Spray Bottle Man.
The picture says otherwise.
I'm getting my bully on this week.
Well, you're the bully. What do you mean? You said you would bully him.
I would bully him. I wouldn't bully Spray Bottle Man. Spray Bottle Man is an icon. I'll do it again.
Since these are you, which would you like in the corner?
The newer one.
Alright.
Since that's just been chilling there for a second. I'm all sweaty and he got his goo on me. I don't know if that's blood or
if
what.
If all for one theory about him being Deku's dad is true, MHA is officially a 1/10 instead of a 2/10.
Oh, dude. If he's the dad,
if it happens,
I'm gonna be the most pissed.
But it's very difficult for it to be happening because his recovered body is gonna be slowly disintegrating. So if he does teleport over there, he's just like, "Hey, it's my son. Hey, you're my son, and I planned this off." Or
no, all it would take is Deku going, "Dad."
Surely he's seen. Why would he have seen pictures of him?
Yeah. And plus, it's an older, all covered up all for one. He never saw the younger
Mika
all for
McCletchy
one.
says, "Da, no, it's just a helmet, you monster."
Just blood. I mean, goo.
Goo. Nondescript goo.
Spreading itself too thin. He manages to cover abuse, societal exclusion, racism, generational...
Is just covering it enough. Mm-hmm. A lot of things cover things.
Yeah, a lot of things cover. ISO 21 covers racism. What's that supposed to mean? Out and about. Coach spitting on a black player because he got f***ed over by a black dude when he was trying out for football.
It means nothing to cover it. It's not good writing to cover things. When the racism aspect is so non-noticeable that once it happened, I was just like, are people getting discriminated against? There's a character in Iruma whose entire thing is, my family is not to be noticed. Mm-hmm. So he's always been there in the background doing things, but he's never had focus until the moment that the arc focused around him. And then you go back to chapter 1, it's like, he was right there. You go back to big moments, like, he was right there. Now, there's other problems with that character that me and Dutch has discussed, but that's a whole nother aspect.
Oh my god. Irumaku! Oh my god, everybody! Read a Irumaku!
Did I say that? Yo,
oh, yeah.
We talking about racism?
Oh, yeah. No, we talking about racism!
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, no, you definitely talking about that.
Okay, then. I say some wild things.
Shifts.
Also, they're in the flight
idealism,
test,
dynamic...
Andy B3 says, "The reason I hated Deku from the jump is because the boy wanted to be a hero but didn't think of working hard on himself until All Might basically promised him a quirk."
What was his
Dutch
plan
says,
to be a hero?
"Read Iruma, you bum."
Read Iruma, you bums. Everybody read it. But he just goes, "Can I be a hero?" What was his plans? It's not be a Batman. Do something. But he was just like, I want to be a hero. You could be a fireman. You could be a police officer. No, I want to be a hero. It was just kind of like, he said you ain't got it. Your hero said you can't.
You not him. You not him.
This is a world where you need a quirk to be a hero.
Ice Phoenix
or you
says,
need help.
"I love Gantz, but it doesn't cover racism just because of the blackface shooter moment."
What?
Cotton Candy Hope says, "Wooly versus Voice, the race war starts now."
Power struggles and genetics all in one story without segmenting it too harshly and without losing focus. And that is something that should be celebrated and appreciated. Yet wait,
it's not hard to weave into genetics and racism and societal issues into a story.
Yeah. It's nothing.
What is a story that loses focus because of these things to you, Oceaniz? I would love an example of that.
Yep.
So we could know that it's something worth celebrating because so many other stories lose focus because of this type of thing.
Or so many stories just don't do this type of thing.
too many people just look at the plot and say, oh, it's just going nowhere. Where is the big plot? Where is the big final
Who
villain?
says that?
No, there are people that say that because people hate Gentle because we're
obviously with the Gentle, but
it doesn't count, DA.
Yes,
is it another thing that doesn't count, DA?
Stupid.
Yes, that's the whole point.
We don't talk about stupid people in the larger scheme of these things.
Our channel is predicated on stupid arguments from people.
But the Gentle thing is so wrong.
You mean these videos aren't so wrong? That Geekdom video wasn't so wrong.
He say nothing to be wrong.
Bakugo Toga, and I would be the biggest racist in MHA. Haha, look at you, stupid spray bottle head. Clean the dirt off the floor, you sprayer.
No! Spray bottle man! No!
Master Jinx says, if a badly written garbage series with an illogical plot that makes no sense with ridiculous things happening all the time with no build-up covers racism and social issues, does that make it good?
Mwah,
Andy
Chef
B3
Kiss.
says, I just read the nastiest MHA fanfic. How did it come to this? How did the fanbase get this bad?
Oh, dude.
Oh, you can find trash in all, though, in basically everything. We got Lily Pete out there stinking up the world with her garbage.
Have patience and read things through properly. There's a lot of stuff between the lines that can get lost if you just skim through the chapters. So I suppose now we should ask ourselves why exactly this sort of underappreciation is so common specifically for...
Okay, that's what you should have used it to begin with. Underappreciated.
Yes.
Not underrated.
MHA. Well, for one, there is the obvious answer. Some people just don't like it. For what if...
Or it's just some people not noticing it. Mm-hmm. Because I did not remember that whatever society that you pointed out.
Oh yeah, the
Hero Liberation or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. I didn't remember it. It's not focused on enough to be like, yo, look at that.
Andy B3 says, because it is bad, nigga.
Because it is bad.
Whatever reason they may have, valid or invalid, whatever, some people just dislike it, and that dislike makes it easier to see further faults while making it harder to acknowledge more positive aspects. I wouldn't exactly call this an issue, since that's just how our interaction with media works on a baseline emotional level. I just think it's important to be honest and admit to oneself when you just can't get into a thing and will inevitably only look for the negatives. But this is something that happens with...
But, Oceaniz, what is the difference between someone that just looks for the negatives and someone that has
DA
issues?
has Spray Bottle Man tied up in his basement.
He's fine. He's getting plenty of refilling goo.
So, like, are you now just looking for the negatives when you read My Hero? Because you're talking about the negatives of My Hero.
Was he only looking for the positives of My Hero back then? To talk about the themes and stuff and all the societal issues about the racism and stuff, and then the fact that they're simply there, but nothing is being done with it.
Why is it that you are the person that can appropriately appreciate or rate things when they should be done? Because now My Hero is actually bad. It wasn't before, but now it is.
Andy B3 says, how does Spray Bottle Man eat?
Well, we've had this whole discussion.
Yeah, no, that was a whole big thing. His life is misery. I was wondering, like, Grape Rush, Mineta. Mm-hmm. He had to have his quirk manifest later in life because he would have gotten stuck being pushed out of his mother, as it were.
He had to have done it when he was like 6 or 7.
But we're not thinking about that.
Series. We are looking for reasons specific to MHA, and I think the most probable contender is overexposure. Between the large and vocal fan community, the copious amounts of international marketing and merchandising, and the already massive presence of superhero stories, I think it's reasonable to assume that some people have had enough of this series without even really engaging with it. Thus, this creates a perpetual
There are
cycle where people
that
get
like
annoyed at the series being all over the place, creating a bias, try to get into it.
Everything
Pause.
is biased.
So what does this speak to it being underrated or underappreciated if somebody's not watching it because they're just sick of it?
Because they're not appreciating it well, because by the time they get into it, they've already got in their mind, I don't like this thing. Skip, 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 skim, 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 barely read, barely consume, barely
Andy
understand.
B3 says, Mineta came out his mom like a bungee cord.
Yeah, quirks don't always manifest straight away. I know Bakugo's.
That's what I'm saying. It had to be later on,
Yeah.
or just a C-section.
Cotton Candy Hope says, I buy things, does that make me a biased?
Yeah, it makes you biased because why did you buy the thing? Rip phone.
It's got a good case.
And don't like it due to their bias, and then go onto social media to shit talk this
Pause.
series for.
I don't care about these people that absolutely exist, but they may exist in a small number. They may exist in a large number. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying because you're not showing anything. It'd be like me just going, I'm sick of all these people coming up in our live stream chat, just denigrating us and just telling us we suck and all this stuff, and not showing any examples. They could exist. They have existed, but they
absolutely
they exist in a small number, and it's meaningless to talk about them unless you're showing proof.
Yeah.
This means nothing to me that people are saying
Nebulous.
nebulous
In the
people
ether people.
are saying nebulous things.
To help bolster your point.
I don't care. This isn't point worthy.
easy retweets. While this behavior is understandable, it's also unfair because it judges the series based on external factors and biases rather than
Everything is going to be judged on external
Yes.
forces because your media literacy comes from you understanding media because you consume so much.
Cotton Candy
So
Hope
more
says,
media is
Oh, you want
understood.
proof? You one of those emotional female people.
But just looking at the poster of My Hero, you can go, that looks interesting.
Yes.
You're judging that on a surface level. But it's a positive judge.
You come into everything with some form of a bias. Because the reason you picked it up is either because you heard about it, you looked at something, somebody recommended it to you,
It's
so
a
you looked it
popular
up.
anime.
It's something
looks good.
popular. There's a bunch of recommendations for
Master
it.
Jinx says,
Anything.
DA, you suck. Okay, someone did it now.
its own internal merits. It's also annoying when people try to hide this as objective criticism when quite a lot of the time it's just really your own personal bias getting in.
Everything is your own personal opinion
What?
and bias. Stop with this objective stuff unless you are literally saying what is on the page. The second you try to interpret what you see on the page and what it means, that is a bias. That is an opinion.
I don't know who he's talking about. The number of people doing this is going to be even lower than the people just not reading and just crapping on it on Twitter.
Highs
I
Aldonic
don't
says,
care about these
My
people.
former schoolmate introduced me to anime and MHA.
There you go. Don't y'all watch Mauler? I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah. I don't agree with his objective stuff.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
Yeah. His points are very good, but his objective stuff is a small part of it.
Andy B3 says, Fact, my Poa Academia is bad.
Why did little robot lady say Poa?
Personal bias getting in the way of actually
The Almighty
looking at.
Dew Hansen says, he basically saying don't say your own opinion, basically having any stance to SMH as being biased.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really your own personal bias getting in the way of actually looking at something more precisely. Though I suppose that is the reason I make videos like this, to maybe make some of you reconsider and give the story another shot.
But that's your own bias as well. Your interpretation of what you think is good because you haven't seen it in a bunch of things probably, or your opinion of why it's a good thing. We think it's a bad thing because it's not explored enough. You think it just being there is good enough.
Mm-hmm. Just the fact that there's discrimination against villainous quirks or seemingly villainous quirks. Just the fact that that's there.
Just because that dude from chapter 1 came back. That was good enough for you.
Take it from me, I think it's very much worth
Because at this point, what is lost if that was a different character? If that was a character we had never seen before. Right now, it is a meaningless thing.
to go back and look at things with a bit more of an attentive eye. So, in conclusion,
Yes! This video was clickbait! Ha!
now, the analysis itself, I would give like a 7. But the video,
Yeah, the video is like
the
a 9.
editing, so it's got to go to an 8.
I'm going to 9.
God!
He's not great.
That turn, though.
Oh, that turn is fantastic. Cringe indeed. I hope that was a one take. So, we got homework. We gotta go.
Yeah, because it's cold. So, with y'all
It's
question,
not very cold. Well, I am wearing this.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
it's cold.
very warm. You should get one. It's great. Put up my picture.
I'm putting up both pictures.
Oh, you did a picture. Great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
So, our homework number 1 was our favorite points, our favorite Pokemon for each type. Get ready for some heavy 1, 2, 3 gen bias.
And also, get ready to be timed for incorrect opinions.
I don't think that should be because we're both missing a lot of information.
Nah. Isaiah, what are we doing here, buddy? What are we doing here, friend?
Andy V3
Thank you for the super chat.
Oceanic, look at my hero with a more attentive eye.
Your money could be better spent elsewhere, if I'm being honest. We appreciate it, but, like, get you a pizza.
Yeah, a nice pizza sounds fantastic. We'll run through DAs first there.
So, yeah, this is mine. Grass, Bulbasaur. I always love Bulbasaur. Fire was difficult.
Why?
It was very difficult. There was a couple that I wanted, but I've always liked Arcanine.
Yeah, I was very close to Arcanine.
Gyarados is my favorite Pokemon. Flat rate, no shipping. 100%. Always up there. Normal, I wanted Mousehole, but the list did not have it.
And same with me, because I'm out next time I'll be in Chicago.
Yeah,
All right.
enjoy Chicago if you're going there for fun.
Chicago is
I'm
very
sorry
fun.
about going there. You going to Chicago if it's not for fun.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
And Isaiah, in case we didn't say
Yes,
that.
yes,
Because
thank you,
my
Isaiah.
God, it's just so angry.
I want to insult Isaiah so they'll stop donating.
This $20, go away.
So I just went Hoot because I really like Hoot. I've always liked the design. Electric, this is gonna be plus and minus. I think those two are the best of the Pikachu clones, and I even think that it's better than Pikachu.
That's fair.
I love them. Psychic was also hard, but
disagree.
I went Espeon is a great evolution. It's just I think it got it's a very low-key design in terms of the evolutions, because you got something like Jolteon where it's got all these zappy things around its neck and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And this is just basically a cat with just kind of psychic features. Hitmonlee is always just Kikimon. Love him. Onyx, same thing. I'm a basic bit. That's all this is. Geodude is just a cool rock, man. Flying was also difficult, but Rayquaza, whatever that thing's name is, I've always really liked the design of that. Very just basically like flying snake thing. It's good. Bug, Scizor. Is that Scizor?
Yes,
It's not Scyther and Scizor. Yeah, I've always thought that it was just like kind of looked like a Power Ranger or something. Just something sort of futuristic looking. Looks very strong. I've always liked it. The garbage Pokemon is just hilarious. I love them. Muck was a second running.
Muck was up there.
Coughing is up there. But the Pokemon, the trash is just great. Love the Shark. Shark is great. I had the Shark. Shark was in my...
Ice Phoenix says,
I'm very
Onyx is
waterfront
just rock
loaded.
anal beads. Also, Scizor is my favorite Pokemon.
Scizor is rock anal beads.
Yeah. We'll check it out in the Discord.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to make one, we'll check it out in the Discord. Yeah. You can create your own. You can see the link at the bottom of the image.
Ghost Haunter, I'm a basic bit. Haunter's like my top 5 favorite Pokemon. Haunter is the Lapras. I was just looking like, I don't really like ice Pokemon. Lapras is fine. Steelix, I don't really like steel Pokemon. It's just past my time.
Yeah.
But I like Onyx, so I guess I like Steelix. Dragonite, I'm a basic bit. Yeah. Whatever. We all know this is true. Fairy, I like Mime Julie. I think it's a very good design. It's one of the better of the pre-evolution ones.
Which is fair. Better make sure that's mine. Yep. This one is mine.
Chikorita was second place, and it hurt my heart.
Now, if they had the newer gen, the Grass Cat would have been my number 1, but they don't. So I gotta go with the number 2, which is Chikorita. Typhlosion, I've always loved Typhlosion, both the name and the design. Very interesting. Greninja might legitimately be my favorite Pokemon.
Insane.
I love Greninja.
Insane. It stinks.
It's a great design. The name is fantastic. The power, the tongue is, what are you doing? I love Greninja. Ursaring, love Ursaring. Just big old bear. Mareep was close because I was with you, and there was another Pikachu I liked, but gotta go with my boy. Gardevoir. What a fantastic design.
Yeah, that was a close second. I love it.
I cannot get over how good it looks.
It's a great design.
Chris the Chilled says, y'all, I need some recommendations. Which Pokemon game should I get for my Nintendo Switch?
The newest one, Scarlet and Violet, is a good game outside of the bugs.
Didn't you also say it was kind of super too easy?
It's super too easy, but some people like the easiness of it. Plus, you could turn off what's one of the aspects that make it easy.
Okay.
Surfetched. Great name, yes. Great design, yep. The sword and the shield. Get them in there all day, every day. Greninja is overrated. How dare you?
Get in there.
How dare you?
Right in there.
Yeah, nobody's going to put Charizard. Charizard sucks.
But yeah, I think that's one of the better evolutions of an earlier gen.
Mm-hmm. Pseudo-Wudo. It just reminds me of Makujin, and Makujin is that dude. Cubone might be one of the best designed Pokemon in history.
Close second.
In history.
The skull is so good, and the bone, and it's very, very good.
Flying. Lugia. I just recognized it from when I was a kid, and I loved it so much when I was a kid.
Yeah, Bug, we in there.
Scizor, I mean, why even try to fight against
there?
It? Coughing, like you said, Muck close. Umbreon is by far my favorite Eevee evolution.
How very odd that is that we both have an evolution. That's one of the later ones, and it's kind of different.
Yeah, it's literally in the opposite. Umbreon is by far my favorite. Ghost Gengar.
Vaporeon's my favorite, but yeah, I've already got my water.
You could have made him flying though.
Vaporeon?
No, Gyarados.
Oh no, he deserves to be water.
All right, Ghost Gengar. I'm an old head. Yeah. Articuno. I'm an old head. Still, my god, Molly. That's in
the big thing
in the back. I wanted to do the Mega, and I was like, no, that feels like cheating. I just like the design as it is.
The evolved giraffe. That's a really good one. That would have been up there with Dark. I probably would have switched that out. Because I really like that.
Dragonite, come on.
Basic.
Now. What are we doing?
Basic. We out there.
Primarina. One of my favorite designed Pokemon in history. Love it.
I saw the Aloha version of Ponyta, and I was like, that is pretty good. It looked like a My Little Pony. I was
of course you did. Of course that's why it was good. So yeah, that's mine. That was good.
Turk put his up.
Yeah. Already?
Yep.
All right, cool. Nobody else?
It was right there.
No, I was just seeing if anybody else had done it.
What are these things? What are these? Is it the second row where I recognize Zigzagoon.
Yeah, this is going to be chat. Is Chris here?
Chris is not here.
Dang, Chris would have been perfect now.
Chris worked later. Okay, I recognize the grass turtle.
I recognize the electric.
I do like the tree and everything on his back. That's good. I don't recognize the fire one. Don't recognize the water one, but I kind of like the spider design. Mm-hmm. The electricity, yep, the evolved Electabuzz.
I like the normal. I like the design of the normal.
I recognize the Growcuck?
Dutch says,
Growcuck, no.
Watch Puss in Boots, The Last Wish You bums.
We will eventually when I feel like it.
I recognize the rock one.
Zangoose,
That's a good pick. Yeah,
Zangoose, whatever.
Yeah, another with the bug. We in there.
Sizor is. I swear to God. I swear to God.
I don't like the sort of pompadour on the flying bird. That poison look low res.
Straight from the game. See, I thought about putting it as my poison because I fought against it and caught one in Scarlet, but I was like, coughing. I'm an old head.
Toxicroak. Yeah, I'm up. I'm hip.
I like the look of that steel one though.
Yeah. I reckon the steel one's in a Smash game, and I really like that one. The ice one I've always liked as well. Don't recognize the ghost. Is that one of the Dunsparce or something like that where it steals children?
There was one ghost that wears like a Pikachu costume.
Oh yeah, that was mad popular.
I was like, wow, that is a fantastic good design. But didn't put it. Dragon, that looks like a good design. Fairy, that looks good too. We're gonna have to get Chris to consult on these.
Yeah. I mean, some of them look good, and the ones I recognize, they're fly, but some of them was just like, all right, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, people saying good lists.
Okay, go for it. I guess.
Based water pick.
If that's what you're rocking,
we are old, Corey.
Yes, 100%. Fell out of Pokemon, 100%.
You lucky I played Scarlet and Violet to get some of the ones I got, and they ain't even have them on the list.
Evolved form of Deuce, whatever that is.
Right. I thought about putting Houndoom because I just in love.
Nope. That's an Edgemon. Get it out of here. I hate it. It stinks. Bread Dog is much better. Bread Dog would have been on my list if he was on the list, but he wasn't.
Yeah, that sucks.
Bread Dog way better.
It sucks like
I ain't rocking with that dumb Edge in 12-year-old OC Pokemon. Get it out of here.
All right, we got another one. This one's Det. I should have put the names up. Next time, if we do something like this.
Houndoom is not Epsi. Yeah, I'm calling out minor spelling mistakes. Evolved form of Trico. That's good. I always thought that he was a little bit bottom heavy.
Wow, both people got the same fighting and the same dragon.
Bug's not there, but still is. There's still the streak continues.
It still counts. Water. I like
the fire.
I like the fire.
I remember the crab Pokemon. But I like Krabby more. It's just like a lobster counterpart. Isn't that like Loud Explosion or something like that? Yeah. I like the big mouth.
A nigga will make fun of Houndoom, but likes the My Little Pony Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, that just
no dark.
My taste.
I need the light, the colors.
I'm just saying. I've always liked the pre-evolved Electabuzz little plug on his head. Mm-hmm. Don't recognize the psychic, but I like the goo. Krogunk again, apparently very popular. Looks like a dragon rock. Ground Man looks a little too strong. That seems like it should be a legendary. Skygore, whatever that steel Pokemon, the steel flying Pokemon is. I've always liked that as well. Beedrill, a classic.
Old head stuff.
Yep. We're floundering here. The poison one looks good. Dark looks good.
Ghost looks like a bird tree. Cool.
that seems like it's got a story behind it, like it's trapping muffs in the woods and just eating their soul or something. I like the ice. The ice looks really, really good.
It looks like a snowflake. Yeah, I was just about to say, it looks like a weird snowflake.
Keeping the streak going. Not exactly in the place where he should be, but it's keeping the streak going. Is that the same dragon that Tur had?
Yep.
Must be a popular one.
That's why I said fighting dragon same. Fairy, I like the fairy a lot. Girl, look, his ground that can fly. This is what I don't like about newer Pokemon.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm an electric water type. Cool! Back in my day.
Back in my day, it was just like, I'm a ground rock Pokemon. It's just like, you look at a grass Pokemon, you're just basically exploding. Earthquake was busted back then. That was the only move you ever needed.
Let's see if we get another list in the Discord. If not,
for now, we can move on to our other homework. If anybody else wants to put it in by the time we finish the other homework, they can. And if not, we won't.
I think the only other homework was for me.
No, there was the Demon Slayer.
Oh, I didn't do that one.
Oh, you suck.
Because I decided to do by arcs, and I needed to figure out.
No, I did it as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm not going top 10 of in train arc. No.
Yeah, I wanted to do it not by arc, but like sectionally, because there's 200 and I think like 10 chapters, like 70 chapters, 70 chapters, 70 chapters. So
I ain't thinking about Demon Slayer no more than I need to think about Demon Slayer.
So next week I'll just do the whole series.
Then you will do whatever you want to do.
screw
I
it.
did the whole series, and here's my list. Number 10, the sword maker with his eye cut out.
That's a 10.
Get right in
That's
there. Number 9. I don't understand, and I never will understand, but I've always liked Aoi. Never understood it. I really like
I'm
it.
with you.
Number 8, Nezuko's color scheme. I always talked about it, but I've always liked the combination of black and pink and that big pop of green right there. It just sort of breaks it up. Love it. Always love her color scheme. Number 7, the Zenitsu box scene. It only hurt by the fact that Zenitsu is involved in it, but it's a very good scene nonetheless. This is a very difficult list once we started hitting this point, where it's just like, it's good, but now it's pretty bad. And then once it's just like, the end, it's like, what do I put for the bad stuff? Number 6. I really like the sound man going, all right, everybody, to his wives going, the order of importance are you guys, the people, and then my life.
Yeah.
If I like the sound more, man, it would be it'd be higher. Number 5, the animation is good, but people talk about it too much, which is why it's just like, it's there, it's whatever.
Yep.
Number 4, the Poison and Nosuke moving heart. Just mush that all in there. Get that trash right.
I would have put it lower high key.
I know, but it's believable enough if you put more time into it that it would be poison resistant. That's why he's not lower. And there's also things that I hate more. Number 3, the last chapter, they're all here. All the warriors. They back, baby. Bread shop. Trash. Number 2, I can hear really good. I can smell really good. I can feel really good. Trash. Number 1, episode 19.
Really? That's crazy.
19.
No Tanjiro soul touching old dude on the train.
I had to let it
God,
go.
I couldn't let it go.
I'd rather hear people talk about Zenitsu. I'd rather hear people talk about the soul touch. It was, number 1 was just like, what do I never want to hear again?
That's fair.
It is 19. Just look at it. Oddish, get in there.
This is Piku's list.
Oddish is a good choice.
Yeah, I love me some ice. Typhlosion, water Pokemon was my fairy. We in there.
Jigglypuff, good choice.
Oh, electric looks fire.
Yeah, that's a very good one. That's the black and white one. Mm-hmm. There's a white counterpart, but I really like that one as well.
I like to look at Psychic as well.
Looks a little gangly. I'd like to get a closer look at his face because I can't really. It's fine.
I mean, I could just blow it up through here. There you go. In fact, I'll even blow it up even more over here.
No, wait a second.
Oh, you're just gonna...
Yeah.
Yo, that too...
You know what? I really like it.
There you go.
Yo, I really like this. Oh yeah, my goodness. Yeah. This looks like a Digimon.
Yeah, like one of those corrupted boys in that big old fight. We need more Digimon stuff. Fighting. I like the fighting. I like the bug. Rock. Aerodactyl, get in there.
Classic. I've always
Yo, it's
that
Sandcastle!
Sandcastle looks really good, and I think Turk was talking about how he traps children or something.
That's fire!
It's something dark with that Sandcastle.
Flying looks fire,
Yeah.
Toucan!
A simple toucan. I like that. I like how nobody has the keys, the sword, or the ice cream. Cause
the bug. I like the bug. It looks like a outline.
yeah, the bug is weird.
Huh.
Okay. Poison. Yep. Get in there with Gengar. I went for the primary.
Gutierrez
Yeah, I would
525
too.
says, "This is to blow up even further beyond."
Dark.
I've always liked that little dinosaur with the eyeglasses.
Ghost
There's
is the
Ghost.
one I was looking for. I was like, no. Ice?
Looks a little basic. Is there a penguin ice?
It might be.
I feel like
Yeah,
there
it
should be.
looks like a snowman with a little hat.
Oh, I didn't even see the face down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like. A
Oh, you
little
thought this
Santa
was the
Claus.
face?
Yeah, I thought it was a big snowman.
Yeah, it looks like an old man with a hat.
keeping the streak alive. Get in there.
I love this Pokemon with the apple pie back. I love it. Fairy, get in there.
Yep.
That was part of mine as well. So since DA did one of his homework, I can do one of my homework. So I had two Phoenix Wright ones. Best/favorite cases and best/favorite characters. I just picked favorites. We'll do characters first. Number 5, Maya. I love Maya. I love everything she does. She's such a nice girl. She's such a good girl. She's such a dunderhead, and she is hilarious. Godot, one of these are all spoilers for Ace Attorney. Give me like 2.5, 3 minutes, y'all. Godot, really love him as a villain. I was okay with him as a prosecutor. He could be kind of fun. Damon Gant is the worst character in history because he's the best character in history.
Oh, yeah,
I
Damon.
hate him so much, and I love him so much. Phoenix, this is particular to the bum Phoenix Wright, where he got disbarred and quit the practice, and he just kind of slumming it. And he's on the stand just being cool as I love that Phoenix, but I love Phoenix in general. Number 1, Francesca Von Karma. She is literally the best character in any of the games. I only picked the Ace Attorney games. I didn't pick the Apollo games. I didn't pick the Ruinosuke games. I only picked Ace Attorney Trilogy Popper. And Francesca is by far the best character in any of those in games. Isaiah, what are you doing? Thank you for the super chat! We're about to start timing this motherfucker.
You're not allowed in here.
What you doing around here, boy? We'll take kindly to your
I make
advice.
angry videos.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the super
Do a Pokemon list. This is the after show. We don't deserve anything now.
Yeah, we're not even doing nothing. We're doing literal nothing now. This is Sebastian.
Of course, it's Sebastian to break the streak. Ugh.
Oh my God, Sebastian, what are you doing?
Yep.
Where is he? Where is he?
I'll tell you where he is. Timed out. Yeah, eat that. How dare you?
How dare you? Grass is cool.
Yeah, I like the
Executor.
Executor with the big neck.
Oh, the fire.
Charizard.
Is that
Basic
a Mega
bit.
Charizard?
Yep.
You are a basic bit.
Golduck. I like that. That's good.
Side up.
Golduck.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Don't try to correct me.
I
Meowth.
can't.
Meowth is cool.
Yeah.
Pikachu.
This Slowpoke.
What are
this
you doing?
Basic bit Blaziken.
What are you doing with this? Rock looks good.
Yeah, I like rock. I could blow it up down here.
Mudkip. Mudkip evolution.
Yep. Gyarados?
Yeah, Rock looks really good. Gyarados, good. Shouldn't be in flying, but whatever. Bug, I don't know what that is. Looks like a larva.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gengar, keeping the gold streak alive. That's good. Dark looks good.
Yeah, I like Dark.
Turk talked about that as well, but I don't remember any specifics about it.
Ghost, basic.
Yep.
Ice, basic.
Lapras, basic.
I like the steel.
The little steel bird. That's good. I like them. Dragon,
yep. Basic. Fairy, yep.
Yeah.
Wow, what a basic
What
bit.
a horrible.
What a horribly basic bit. Next level basicism.
And he broke the streak as well.
And that's the worst part. That's why you should get timed. Breaking the streak. What are we doing?
Unbelievable. It had to be him.
All right, so a little bit more of my homework. It looks like somebody else is trying to put up a Pokemon list.
Looks like a meme.
Yep. And
we can do that, and by that time, if nobody else did one, we can go.
Yep. So this is my 5 favorite Phoenix Wright cases. Number 5, Rise from Ashes. I know that's a very controversial one because people do not like Rise from Ashes because it is a very long case. I think it says something like it is as long as all 3 of the other cases of that game put together, or the first 3 cases of that game put together. It's a very, very long case. But I love the characters they introduce, and I love Damon Gant so much that I need to do number 5. Number 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. It's the final case of the first game. It is very intricate. It is very engaging. It is very interesting. With the Miles plot line, and especially the parrot stuff, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of critical thinking that's required for that one. And it really helps you get prepared for the wackiness that comes in later games, where you're just like, okay, I need to do something with the parrot. Number 3, Bridge to the Turnabout is the Godot crime. Like I said, I love Godot. And that is I can't remember if that's one of the ones with Pearl, but I love Pearl. But yeah, it was a long case, a longish case, but it can keep you interested throughout. There's a couple of lulls, but I find it very fascinating, especially with the Godot thing. This is also very controversial because a lot of people do not talk about this. But Reunion and Turnabout, that is with the Eenie Meenie sisters and Pearl. And like I said, I love Pearl, and it's a travesty I cannot slide her into my top 5 somewhere. But I love Pearl. I love Maya. It's the reunion of the characters. And that case is so intricate. You may lose on that case. Legitimately. And number 1, Farewell My Turnabout. Maya gets kidnapped, and you have to essentially get a guilty person off. And Francesca plays a part, Miles plays a part, Maya plays a big part, Phoenix is awesome in it. It is by far the best case in the entire series, the first trilogy at least. Alright, we got 2 more Pokemon lists.
Det made a slight alteration to his.
Okay, what was his alteration? Let's see. I'll open them both up and we'll see what the difference is.
I think the dragon may be different.
You really types of passion.
Yeah. Dragon's different. Ice is different.
Snow cone.
Oh, dark. The dark one I've always liked as well.
Oh yeah. He made a bunch of alterations. All right, yeah. So we'll put up Det's new one because he made some alterations. JCJ got one as well. So the first one.
Once the streak is broken, it's been broken forever.
Yeah.
You
now
monsters.
Now it's just bum. It's just bum city now.
They're all irrelevant.
This one is by Hope. Wow, we got a lot of Pokemon fans.
Yeah, Pokemon's very easy to get into. This definitely feels like Chris should be here.
Dude,
But
this is the perfect.
He ain't.
Yeah, should have started later or something. Like the grass. Ooh, I love the 2 petals. Yep, Cyndaquil, love them.
Yeah, it's fine.
I've always loved the water.
Waylord's cool. It just seems a bit big. I like the deer.
Yeah.
The deer's kind of
fire.
hitting. It's kind of hitting. Oh, isn't that the one that changes with the seasons? There's a Pokemon like that.
Oh,
I'm
that
pretty
would
sure
be
it's that
fire.
the deer. Yep, the legendary electric. Psychic? I'm not feeling a psychic.
I like the hair poof, the little hair things, but that's about it.
Heracross.
Yep.
Heracross is fighting, really.
Now.
Kabuto?
It's one of those, but it's cool.
Sandshrew, yep. Sandshrew, really?
Yeah, that's interesting. But
Not even Sand Slash.
It's a cute little Pokemon.
It's fine. Yep. Get in there with the flying.
Yeah, they have a propensity for cute things.
Yeah.
I love the Bee Queen.
Yeah,
but I've always loved her.
I like the snake, but I've always liked Arbok more.
That's fair.
That's my biggest thing with the snake.
Yo, Umbreon, get in there!
Whatever.
Get in there!
I like the ghost.
Yep. I caught it in the new game. The ice, wow. The ice is interesting. It's like it's the
yeah. That's Ponyta or Rapidash.
Yeah, Rapidash. It's the
Cotton
ice
Candy
version.
Hope says, yes, Sandshrew, it's adorable as all hell.
Yep,
Get
I
out
told
of
you. Adorable.
Dude, Sand Slash is awesome. He's
Deerling
he's
does
got
change.
sharp hands.
Deerling does change colors with the season.
Good. Love it.
Steel? I like the steel.
Yeah.
You got the flying dragon!
You doubled up!
You coward! What a coward! Fairy, wow, that
Very popular.
looks like I was right there.
Solid list.
Oh, it's the Ninetales.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, we don't know.
Make it look like they're
It's kind of hard to tell from this far away. Shut up. That's our excuse.
And it looks way different. Don't blame
this
us.
one is Debt's Revision. We went through all of them before, but we'll go through the changes because there were quite a few changes.
I've been going through changes.
So he changed the dark.
Which I like the dark. I like the dark a lot.
Mm-hmm. He changed the ice. I prefer the previous ice.
Yep.
He changed the dragon.
I preferred the previous dragon.
I don't know. I like the goofiness of that dragon.
But I like the awesomeness of the other dragon.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that's all he changed.
That bottom row got slashed. He must have been rushing at that bottom row the first time. He's like, whatever, I just need some.
JCJ, we got Priscilla.
Cotton Candy Hope says, how I may a coward this baby redid half his list.
We got Priscilla. We're gonna have to do that. Alfonso. Wow. Okay, we got a lot of Pokemon to go through.
Goodness, you monsters.
Alfonso, I cannot put that on stream. It is too small, unfortunately.
Suck my dick. That's my request to you.
No, there have been good lists, DA. Calm down.
Let's see. We did Hope. We did Debts. We are on JCJ's. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, if you can blow that up, Alfonso, we'll put it on stream. But it seems like that'd be difficult.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to see, especially for the people, and that's what we care about. Ugh. Take that away. And we are on.
I shouldn't have done this list.
Yep. I just had it written down, and that would have been. Yeah. We would have been out of here.
That was my mistake. Oh, I like the grass.
Yeah, the grass is very nice.
It's got a pretty bigger hat.
I like fire.
Doesn't look like a fire though.
It's red.
Isn't that the Oshawotts or the little penguin? Oh, there is a penguin. The little is it a penguin? Whatever. The blue one.
Yeah, it's got the
the blue one. Isn't that the fully evolved ever? I forget. Normal. Nice. Normal looks fine.
Oh no, I love the hair.
That's fine.
You crazy?
That's one of the lesser Pikachu evolutions.
Yeah, that looks fake. That looks like one of those we gonna mash two Pokemon together. Pokemon.
But some of those are just like, yo. Psychic is good.
Yep.
Fighting looks a little Aztec, but it's good. You know what? I kind of like the Rock Wolf.
Rock Wolf is rocking.
I like that.
Rock Wolf is hitting.
The
ground horse is
not
hitting. No, you're crazy.
The in pigtails, ground horse sucks.
You know what? I don't like that the ends of them are like hooves. That's the only thing I don't like about Rock
Ground horse stinks.
Ground horse I can rock with. Flying.
That steel bird, which is good.
But ooh,
yep, I like it.
I like the jellyfish.
Ghidorah.
I like the jellyfish poison.
Mothra.
Yeah, that's fire. That's a good Pokemon. Dark. Yo boy.
The trash.
Go. I like how either contemplative or apprehensive it looks. Oh my god, there's Ninetales. What are y'all doing?
Oh,
why they still again?
The bat dragon? I don't know about that.
I don't like the big ear eyes on the top of his
Also,
head.
Rodriguez says, I fixed the picture.
Alright, cool.
Fairy, I like it.
Yeah, I like Fairy.
I like the little sheep thing. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. We should have been rating these lists.
We don't
based off just based just off of I like it, I don't like it. Yeah, we should have rated it.
It's too late now. This is a spur of the moment. Bulbasaur! Is this my list? Oh
no,
Bulbasaur.
You see Greninja, that's why.
Rapidash, which I said was up there.
Yeah, I like Rapidash. Greninja,
whatever.
Love it. Regular Eevee, really?
Eevee's a good one.
Oh, that's the minus.
Pluso and minus. I'm gonna go best Pluso and minus. Mewtwo, a classic, good choice.
Lucario,
that's fine.
Onyx,
get in there. Sandshrew, got some fans. I don't understand
Here go that
why.
bet again.
Butterfree, you know what? Get in there. Ekans, you know what? Get in there.
Ooh, I like that dark. I like the dark. Holy. The flowing mane. Oh my god, I love that dark. Gengar, of course. What is with this Ninetales?
What is with the man? Ain't naught but fans. Steelix. Interesting dragon.
Oh yeah, it's like a skeletal. Yeah, I like that dragon.
Clefairy, yep. This is probably the best list outside of mine.
Only
because
it's
very similar to my list.
You only know 80% of them this time. That one was Priscilla. We did JCJ before. That one was Priscilla.
We could have done if we think yours is the best, you could have gotten a bunch of points.
Yeah. But then people would cater it to us.
Yeah.
You know how these people do. This one, Alfonso. It wasn't me. Listen to the stream.
I knew it was you. That's a little bit of Dunkachino for you boys.
Dunga. This one is Tough Cool. We are almost done, y'all. I swear we are.
What we got? Grass Ram. I'm digging it. There's that Mothra one again. Good design. Quagsire?
I believe so.
Snorlax was up there for me.
Wow, I like that electric. The Megaton.
Yeah. I've always liked that as well. Slowking is hitting. Slowking is hitting.
Fighting?
Is that the pre-evolved of Hariyama? Because Hariyama was up there for me.
Yeah, but it's the Mohawk. It's
the Rock is good. I like the big thing.
I love the cool crocodile. I f***ing love it.
There's a pre-evolved of the red one with the sunglasses. It's fine. I like the evolved one.
The Zubat evolution. It's cool.
Gligar? No, that's not Gligar.
Either way, it's cool. Yeah. I like the bug.
I don't like the eyes.
I think that's part of what makes it buggy. I think it helps.
Yeah. But oh my goodness!
That
Muck! Hang on a second!
That poison
Holy
That poison
Wait
muck
a second!
is a little.
Wait a second!
That poison
Hang
muck a
on
little
with that!
something.
Wait a second! That's so fucking cool.
That is a
Holy crap.
That is a good.
I like that a lot. All right, Pokemon, you got it with that one.
I like the dark.
I like the crow's always good.
I like the ghost. I like the ice.
Mask. That looks like a little dinosaur.
Yeah, with like fairy. I love it.
That's a good one.
You doubled up.
Don't double up.
You doubled up. You
wasting
coward.
space. You're wasting space.
What cowardice? Dragon's cool. And fairy.
Is that a dark fairy?
Yeah, it must be.
Interesting combination.
Or a
ghost
fairy.
fairy. I remember it was around that area.
Yeah, ghost fairy. Wow, that's an interesting combo. That's a good list.
Magnezone, yeah. People like Magnezone, apparently. It's
Uh,
a good Pokemon.
This one. We just did Tough Coon. Yep, we just did. Tough Coon.
Good one.
This one is Alfonso. And that's the last one.
Yeah, boy. Unless somebody can sneak it in under the wire.
God. I'll time y'all.
A little owl. I think the little owl
Owlin, I think it is. Blaziken, ugh. I'm so tired.
It's fine. It's one of those overplayed ones.
Yeah.
Which is
The Almighty
fine.
Hugh Hansen
you do
says,
you.
Was my list not that cringed?
Which one was your list?
Yeah, we need to know which one was yours. Because we go by Discord name, so.
Yeah. But I don't think that there's been a really cringe one.
Blaziken, Greninja, your boy.
Ugh.
Yeah, Jigglypuff.
J Money
Jigglypuff,
Artist
yep.
says,
Zapdos.
hey guys, what is your favorite poke type or types?
Oh,
Mine
yeah,
is
we
fighting
just
and
went-
dragon.
Mine is, I love grass. Probably grass and fairy.
Grass and ghost.
Zapdos.
Zapdos, yep. Alakazam,
Yep.
yep.
Hitmonlee.
Yep.
Yep. Crocodile with sunglasses. Lugia, you know. Scizor!
Streak is back. Good on you. Thank you very much.
Bulbasaur. It feels like
I
cheating.
appreciate it. Get in there.
Umbreon! Wow, every one of the Ghastly Gengar Haunter.
Really? Ghastly. That's the one, huh? Lapras, Steelix, Dragonite.
That's mine. That's the one I had in Fairy.
Good list.
Good list.
Good list. Mostly because I recognize them and I think they're good.
And we are f***ing donezo. Did we have any memes that we need to show from the Discord? Nope, just people calling me a scammer.
Good.
We got one meme, and that's milking a cow. The Toei cow milking. Oh, Nostalgia Way. That's good. Yeah, I'll save these, and we'll add them for the memes for the next stream. Because it is cold. We have been here for over 3 hours. And I am ready to draft my person I need to draft.
Stop coming to these.
Stop coming to
As
these.
always. Especially you, Isaiah. Kick rocks.
What's it? Kick rock. I'll be going through your Let 'em Cooks to do that. I think there's a clip of me and DA saying we never left at the same time. That's probably going to make it. So we're probably going to have 2 new alerts next time. We're done with some of these alerts. Because some of them don't get used a lot. So I'll take out 2 of those that don't get used a lot. Try to rotate them out. Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, there were some good memes.
Favorite types are dark, ghost, fight, steel. What does Hansen say?
Hanson? Let's see.
Hi Zaldonix says, where do I send my list of Pokemon?
We can get it in under the wire and be in the Discord. If you get it in the next 3 minutes, that's too soon. What do we do?
I can tell you what they could do. Sorry, it was the one you guys covered. I just did not name it because I wanted to put a list together. The one with Slowking and I meant still to be Metagross.
Okay, the one with Slowking. Yeah, that was a good list. That was a good list.
Alfonso Rodriguez says, memed his Pokemon list. Creative username says, it's not over till the fish jumps. Creative
It's over.
username says, splash, it's over.
Was that worth the points? Hey, Corey's got so many points, dude. I think he's like number 4 in points.
Zydonics, send it in the Discord if you're in the Discord. We will wait 7 minutes.
7? It shouldn't take that long. We'll finish up memes and then we'll give you another 2 minutes after that.
Don't mean to rush you or anything, but we did some bummery today. But if you need the list, just let us know in the just let us know in the comments and somebody can link it.
Yeah. Which list was your favorite? We'll go through it and I'll discreetly give them points. You won't know it because I don't want y'all. Oh no, it was fake.
Damn.
Nope.
But if you discreetly give them points, everybody's gonna be like, I didn't get points. I didn't get points, and everybody's gonna be like,
That's
I didn't
only
get
if
points.
they know what their points are now, and then
They would have to know. You're gonna get more scam.
Nope. I mean, I'm gonna get scammed no matter what I do. I can give everybody 30,000, and they'd be like,
Why wasn't it 50?
legitimately. Scam. Yep.
Whose is this?
This is
Nobody's
me.
listening to you, you cuck.
I guess nobody's listening to me. I'm cuck.
I am truly the cuck.
I like the little thing.
Yeah, the grass looks good.
Here, I'll blow it up on the big screen.
Never seen that though.
It looks like a Power Ranger type thing, like a Megazord, like the fire. You said that. Grievances to
Get
go.
out of here.
Grievances to
I
go.
ain't seen not net. Wait, I think I saw one Gyarados. You troglodytes.
Yeah, it was yours.
I think somebody had them in flying.
Yeah, you keep believing that. You should
Troglodytes.
normal 2K.
I was
11.
legitimately thinking about getting a Gyarados tattoo with it wrapped around my leg or
really
something
trying
like
to find
that.
Oh, we need to actually start planning our April Fool's stuff.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I got another idea that I want to run by you as well.
We need to start planning that. Electric, I like electric.
Yep, Toucan is good.
Yep.
Psychic.
Psychic. Ooh, I like the cane.
Yeah.
Is this a
I'd have
Mr.
to-
Mime type thing?
yeah.
I like it though.
I'd have to see that in action. Evolved version of in
Lucario.
Lucario is fine.
Rock. I like the
I
rock.
like the rock. It's good. Sandcastle. Yep.
Yep, flying.
Yep. Flying.
That is
Hang
a
on with
meaty
that
bug.
That in chunky bug.
It's coming of the tick.
Choking mobs out. They ain't even using bug Pokemon moves.
I like it though.
Yeah, poison. I like the color scheme of the poison quite a lot.
Yep. Ooh, dark. The dark gray or purple and the green.
I was going like, oh, this month getting all these intimidating Pokemon. I did it in a little seal. All these evil looking mobs. It's just like,
I like the sarcophagus ghost.
yeah, no, that's good.
Ice, the little seal, adorbs.
The steel is good. Is that a building?
It sure looks like it.
I like it though.
Oh, the dragon crab? That's
And
fire!
then here comes this month with the keys. I said, don't put the keys. Don't put the keys. Don't put the sword. Don't put the ice cream. You put the keys.
What's wrong with keys?
It
bro?
stinks. It's keys. Good list. Good strong list. Killers in that bit.
I made a mistake with steel. Okay, they just needed to put the Geodude steel one.
And that's a good one.
God, I love that Pikachu.
It's fine.
It'd be great
It's
in a
aping off
different one.
Pikachu. That's
All right, we will give you 2 minutes. So when it hits 60, 24 wherever you're at.
Let's aim it for even 25.
We will aim it for an even 25. In
Real
that
quick.
case, anybody has any questions, we need to vamp for a little bit.
Real quick, mute real quick.
Yep, we're gonna mute for No, we're not out yet. Just give us questions. We muted. He said to mute.
Yeah.
What are y'all
doing? We were talking about April Fool's stuff. Y'all not ready for this.
This is gonna
be so. I'm so happy that it's on a Saturday for a stream. I'm so happy.
It just worked out perfectly like that. It's gonna be the ugliest thing. What are y'all doing for April Fool's Day? Can't say it, but it's gonna be something special. Mm-hmm. If everything comes together the way we want to,
and I hope that it does,
it's gonna be something special. And you know, we are not people to hype up. We're like, don't come to these. This is going to be trash because we're trash. If this works out the way we want, this is going to be special.
One more pause.
One more mute. Y'all,
it's gonna be so good.
Fairy was random. Strong list. I missed the opportunity of the last 30 minutes. I'm surprised my last donation went through. My internet crapped out.
Well, thank you for saying something, and thank you for the donation. And the internet crapping out. I work in tech, so I can troubleshoot.
Y'all are muted. Not sure if YK.
Yes, we know. We were muted, so you know what? That's Corey. You piece of. How about this? How about you just get timed out, Corey? You piece of.
It's like the phone's just going, "Oh, y'all streaming today?" It was like it was a surprise.
Please rank DreamWorks movies. We can do that for some homework. I don't think we've seen enough. It might not be next week. It might need to be like next month. Oh wait, it can't be next week. Next week we're doing the fan call out stream. So, can't do that next week. What's your favorite Final Fantasy X character? Mine is Seymour.
Waka.
I love Seymour. Not Seymour. Auron. I love Auron.
Waka. Even though he's a filthy, dirty racist.
It
really makes him endearing.
The owlbear.
Yeah. He might as well just be peeing on all of them actively.
Pat Guy should roast Triggered. Triggered, I don't think he can handle a legitimate roast.
Go up. What did Turt say? Who had the best list out of everybody on this stream?
Like I said, we will discreetly discuss this amongst ourselves and discreetly give points to the person we think is the best. Maybe we'll do first, second, and third place because there were a lot of lists. Can I do a Pokemon list for next time? I need some time to think on it. Absolutely.
Yeah. We can absolutely rock that out.
How about talking about Aoki and Kimura as characters in Ippo?
Cotton Candy Hope says, Waka also don't believe in mixed couples.
He don't.
God,
that's why he's your favorite.
Thank God, what a hero.
I feel like Kimura and Aoki don't get enough to really talk about them. There are a handful of fights, especially Kimura. He has some spectacular fights, but his characters, they're fairly just background, prop up either the goofiness or the seriousness of the situation.
I talked about it in our check it out, but I think that it's too much of the retirement baiting. It happens way too much. I
don't like that.
But I like them a whole lot. They're both very funny.
BG, are you up to date on Azaki-chan? Yes, I am. I love that series. Completely up to date. We can talk about it off stream because some people are not up to date.
And Azaki-chan?
Isn't good around strangers.
Oh, I'm almost caught up.
Yeah.
You sack of absolute garbage. I was on chapter 40. I was on chapter 40. Spoilers.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's enough time. I was on chapter 40. You're like, yeah, they're gonna get together soon. Happened in 83.
No, was it?
Yes.
It was that far, huh?
But like 9 chapters left of them doing stuff together.
There's a lot of them together.
No, I think they're only on like chapter 100 something maybe.
And they've been together for a minute, unless you're talking about when they're like, oh no, you guys are in couple.
Yes, once it's you are a couple.
Yeah, that was.
Once he just went, I likes you. That was in some 83, and I'm just reading like, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? I worked myself into a shoot, just going, oh, Valentine's Day. Oh, White Day. Oh, a trip. Nothing. It was more chapters that I had to read with them not together than it was with them off. You going, this happening soon. You worked me into a shoot because every time something happened, I'm like, here it is. It's coming. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. And it didn't.
That's why I didn't want to talk about Azaki-chan.
Pieces.
I wanted to just move on smoothly. I understand. Every time you say don't come to these, it makes me want to come to these. What are we supposed to do?
Because they come back to you? Like, and then all these other people go, oh yeah, I will come back.
Hey, y'all can boycott the April Fool's Day stream if you want, but it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to laugh.
So great. It might just be us laughing, but we going to be cracking up. Especially with one of these things.
Why is the April Fool's the only thing that has effort put into it?
That's a very good question.
Boy, that is a question and a half.
We edited them and everything.
Yeah, we've done acting in them takes.
Huh.
Just like, oh, we can cut that out. Let's work this. Let's do the script here.
Maybe I reevaluate my life. The Bible isn't real. Yes, it is. It's right here. Oh, maybe I reevaluate my life. I can't wait for more Metalocalypse.
Man did not hear my TTS sad face.
Yeah, that sucks. No Digimon list. We were just about there. I don't know if there's a Digimon list, but I would do it. But I don't know if there's like quote unquote types of Digimon like that. Yu-Gi-Oh list next. I can do a Yu-Gi-Oh with dark cards. Yeah,
it'd be more difficult.
I disagree. There's some.
What's your favorite hero monster? Oh yeah, shut the up.
I can look at it and it would take me 2 minutes to figure out which one I like the most. All right then. All right. Albeds all dance. What is your favorite pure evil villain?
Probably Dofi. Dofi's real good.
Denji, we're out of here.
I'm gonna
Dutch
write
says,
that down.
Give me a rant about the latest My Hero chapter.
I did it last week. Go back to last week and listen. I ain't got it in me no more. All right, I got it all out back then.
You guys should read Skip and Loafer. It's a cute soul series about a girl from a small village going to attend Tokyo high school and her pure nature helping everybody. That sounds interesting. I definitely will look that up. You need the name of it?
I'll look back on it.
Yep. Just hop on the stream. How about Komi? Komi is fantastic. This recent arc is probably the best arc in all of Komi. This guy's not caught up in it.
I never will be.
There are types of Digimon. They're just never really expanded on in the anime. Okay, we can probably do that. Well, I'm bumping Digimon. We're not doing none of the videos today, Digi. We are out of here. We have been here for 3 hours.
We'll do it. But this is just like, we'll get to the Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is hard to get back into. We'll get it. We got it. We appreciate the list.
We should do a Naruto because reasons soon.
We really should.
Cause somebody came to the comment section like, you guys should have expanded it. And I'm like, dang, I really do want to talk about Naruto.
Like I would have to reread, especially the war, because it is just bits and pieces.
How about we pick a date? Maybe not even this month. Just pick a good date and just go. We're gonna do it because reasons. Please do it because reasons on Bleach.
We basically did. It was the DBZ MRAM.
Yeah, dude. That synopsis. Get me in for the Naruto video.
Ah, dang. I was just like, maybe we could do it on Naruto's birthday, but it's in October.
Yeah, that's a little far.
Yeah, this piece loves Naruto.
Yeah, dude, legitimately loves. He's a monster, y'all.
We could talk about that.
He's a complete animal, y'all.
July 23rd.
That's a little far.
Yeah, it is. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Zydonics, if you're still here, just put it in the Discord and tag one or both of us, and I'll hop in a call and discuss it for a second if you want. But we can't.
Or we can just wait till the stream after, because then we can get Chris's list.
Yeah,
and maybe Eric and Corey's as well.
Yeah. Either way, if you don't want to wait, I'll hop into a call. If you want to wait, we can do it on stream. Your choice. If you're still here. But as for now, what should they be doing other than stop coming to them? Stop coming to this. Stop coming to them. Stop coming on them.
Well, there's definitely a them there that can do something.
Tell them they can shove off.
Yo.
Yep. Meme.
What did he do?
You ain't bumping the clown. Piedmon, come on. He's hype. Don't get timed, meme. Don't get timed.
Oh, yes, I listen to Danny Brown. He's good. I think he's better than Eminem, at least current Eminem. I love your guys Because Reasons series. I've watched the Demon Slayer one so many times. Because Reasons is a lot of fun
It's
to
so
do.
much
and
fun.
we just need to
talk.
And it's just us talking. It's basically our streams, but just us talking.
Just talking about exactly what it is. Because really the videos are an outlet to talk about the actual shows and people
or something
arguments
specific.
Yeah.
As opposed to just getting everything out. Yeah, we'll do more Because Reasons in the future.
Okay. Yeah. You're good then, meme. You're good. I got a little trigger happy.
Stop coming to
Yes,
these.
I would prefer that. No, come to next week because we need y'all. That's
Sorry. Next week is the fans calling us out. Anybody can join the Discord. Anybody can join the call. Anybody can call us out for one of our opinions. You can also call out another fan for their opinions if that's what you want to do.
Or if you just got something you want to say to us.
Or you just got something you want to say to us. Anything to us. I feel like you guys should do this type of content more. I feel like you should stop pausing as much. Whatever you want to talk about, call us out for it. We'll be there. We'll listen. We'll prove you wrong. Stop coming to DDs.
Yeah.
We will.